So what's it all about? Do you really want to know? Do you want to get it all? Do you just want to take it all alone? Cause you gotta let it out if you want to let it in. Gotta let it in, rub it in. I'll make it all again. You gotta find time, the right time to make a change. That's the right time, the right time to make a change. So when you're gonna let that takes off. But you think I might be a little dry, if you have to say it wrong. Cause you're taking all the good, but you can be with a bad. And if you don't let it change, it's true. You'll be on the back. You gotta find time, the right time, to make a change. Cause it's the right time, the right time to make a change. I do believe you got the buzz. I do believe you got the buzz. I just need to let you out. I just need to be the love again.
Fancy seeing you here.
Big up yourself. It's a bit, little bit rushed. I can't believe it.
You don't like to rush things,
God knows how long. I've been up for about 2 hours, and I'm rushing about here. Didn't even realise it was 11 o'clock. So, big up everyone.
If I cut off, it's because I've got a phone call. That's why. I don't think I'm being rude. I'll come back.
I was just going to say that myself, Norris, right? Because I'm having to do this on my phone here. But I don't know whether, I think I've heard somebody say if you put it on airplane mode, it stops all the calls, stops your calls coming in or something.
Yeah, it's to do with something that I could do with answering it for. That's all.
That's all right, mate. No worries.
But if it goes on, it's my mum. She needs a bit of help with something.
No worries. Let's see who's in the chat here, because I'll just get it up on my big telly as well, so I can see what's going on. Let's have a look. Emily's in the house. Mermaid. Big up Mermaid. Northern King there with his spanner. He'll be looking over things all day, mate. See you on Monday all day, if that's all right with you.
What's going down?
I'll let everyone know what's going on in a minute. Gavin L, how you doing? Boss Dog. Big up the Boss Dog. Tim Smith. Aki, how you doing, Aki? Bit early for you, isn't it, mate? Don't normally see Aki early hours.
You don't start squeezing till after hours.
Kogo's in the house. How you doing? Let's have a quick look. I'm not very
glad you're reading chat, because I'm dead rude. I never read it.
Don't you have it on then, Norris? Like,
no, I just start rambling, and then something like if I'm live with myself, I'll look at it. But when I'm like chatting with someone, I focus on the conversation. I know it's probably wrong. I probably should be.
Oh no, you've got to be. You've got to multitask, haven't you? You know what I mean?
That's it, mate.
Yeah, it's best I've got it on the big screen now, and I'm looking, and we're both avatars as well. Norris is back to his old Godfather avatar.
The Godfather.
What's it say? The Godfather, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I'm more the Godfather than me, though. What's going down?
Yes, guys. So anyway, special guest today, Norris is just joining us for an hour or so, right, Norris?
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Just as long as you can get out of me, that's it. Not that there's much special about the guest, except for I am a bit special.
Yeah, we've been on about it for a while, though, haven't we? Like
I think you start
everyone
doing it
knows.
more often, don't we? Just get a bit of a panel going, get a few people on good ones. Where's Dave today? Is he grafting?
I've just had a text off Dave there. He got his 30-minute notification. He's going to jump on when he gets his break, which could be any time with Dave,
He's on a
But he will
constant
be on it.
break.
He will be on at some point. Big up Benji. How you doing, mate? Nice to see you there, brother. Yeah, so there was no real. We only started this hour an hour ago, didn't we, Norris?
Yeah, I was live before, and you were like, "What you doing? What you doing later?" I was like, "Wife's going out at 11, mate. So let's do something. That's it." I know you've been into the footy recently, haven't you? I'm useless with the football. I don't watch it.
You know what? Like this year is probably the least year that I've watched any of the Premiership. Like I do want to get back into it. But it's funny because since I spoke to you there, in the last hour, I've just watched a vlog from Middlesbrough fan. He's been doing them. He must be on my subscriptions because there was absolutely nothing on. I just put that on, and it was from the last game, and I watched the whole lot of it. There, it was about half an hour long. That's why I'm bloody rushing about.
Yeah, it's that time of the year, isn't it, mate, where everyone goes football mad. Never been a thing for me, football.
I know. What is that from a kid like Norris?
No, my dad was a crazy football fan, and he forced me to play football, and all I wanted to do was box. And he'd make me play on a Saturday, and I remember I hated it. I was all right. I weren't a bad player, like I understood the game. I just didn't like it. I prefer individual sports.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that you've got a load of guys you got to rely on. You know what I mean? Yeah. And there's a lot
weird, isn't it? That's weird because like obviously football is like a team sport, isn't it?
Yeah.
And like so you are relying on like the rest of your team, and there's a lot of like camaraderie, isn't there? You know, and like so.
Yeah, I've never understood. Like, I played a bit of rugby for a while, and that was the same. Like you can, and the thing I love more about boxing than any of these other sports, really. I mean, I know it's a bit barbaric, but if you hit me, I get to hit you back. Whereas in football, you can slide tackle me, break my ankle, and then he gets a red card, gets to go home. He's right. I've got a broken ankle.
Yeah, get you. So it's like it does. Do you think it says something about the person then? Like what? Like a boxer? Are they? If you look at the big boxers, are they like? I'm trying to think of the word. You know,
Loners.
Not a loner.
Yeah,
but
loners.
Somebody. Do you know what I mean?
You have to be.
So
I mean, I'm not saying I'm a boxer. Please don't put me in a category of a lad whose boxes are professional or at high level amateur. I wouldn't put myself in that bracket, but I have similar characteristics to guys that I've trained with that have done them kind of things. And what that is you're a loner that has bits of issues that goes to the gym and it quietens all the noise of the outside world when you go to the gym. It's like you feel at home, if you know what I mean. And it's weird to feel at home in a place of such aggression, and it takes a certain type of personality, if you know what I mean, to want to do that.
I'm glad you agreed there, because I didn't want to say loner. That's the first thing that come into my mind.
Mate. That's why
I didn't want to say it.
Most boxers retire and they're depressed because they've spent a lonely life abusing the body. And it's abuse to the body. Them training camps that they go through. I mean, I've experienced a little bit of it. I've been training a few times in the day. My body's absolutely fucked. It's not good for you. It fucks you. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to put your body through as much pain as you can through the training, so that on the night it's easy. Because on the night there's war about to take place, and that thought process and everything about it's just depressing. People think it's really cool and that, but I can assure you, anyone on
Go on, Naz. Sorry.
You know, like anyone I've come across that, 99% of boxers just retire and that's it. It's done. There's no like guild you all meet up at or a bit of it. You know what I mean? It's you're done. You're walking down the street and you're remembered for your last fight, and your last fight's usually you got knocked out. So some little prick walks past you and go, "Oh, you're that dickhead that got knocked out," and you're like, give your life to a sport, being a loner, sacrificing a lot of stuff for what? To be called a bit of a sad bastard as you're walking down the street. It's depressing.
Yeah. What I was going to say there, Norris, I've always thought this, right? Have you noticed how, rugby players?
Yeah.
So all rugby players, they tend to come from like private schools and stuff, don't they? And they're
Yeah,
all
mate,
like
yeah.
solicitors and things. Like, how does that come about? You know,
Well,
like,
I before I got kicked out, I went to a private school, and I went there because I had a family member that taught there, so I got in cheap through the back door, kind of thing. I didn't even have to take an entrance exam, and I was
yeah,
in there for probably 2 years, and the biggest, strongest lads when I was I went to both. I went to a private school and I went to a rough arse, crappy school, right? But not too, yeah, it was crap. The school was crap. It was dog shit. You know what I mean? It was a terrible school. They weren't teaching you nothing. The private school was much better. Anyway, cut a long story short, what I noticed is a lad that's been brought up correctly and he's got the right nutrition and he's, like as he's growing up and his mum and dad are teaching him right from wrong, they usually beat a lad who's had a rough time. Do you know what I mean? Like, especially in a sport like rugby, like you've got to be really secure. It's weird. It's like there's different factors to it. And I remember the rough schools when I was at the private school. The private school lads worked together as a team. They were well trained, well nutritioned, and they usually blitz. Like the bit of a rough school down the road because they worked together and there was proper coaching and. So like that usually is the way. But I mean, get one of them rough lads, one of them private schoolboy rugby players, and get them in a boxing ring, and it changes things up. Do you know what I mean? And that's what's the beauty of boxing. That's why I love boxing so much. As much as it's a depressing thing, it gives you an out. If there's no other way, and do you know what I mean? It's there for you, isn't it?
It like comes from school, then, doesn't it? Because when I was at school, rugby wasn't really a thing. You when you done PE, you done football. Bloody hell. Well, you just did football and like athletics and whatever, but another one's cricket as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
cricket.
That was it. They were mad on
Cricketers are the same. They're all posh, aren't they?
Rugby and cricket, mate. Yeah, rugby and cricket was the thing.
From the schooling, like because they've gone to posh schools and where they promote more sports like rugby and cricket. Do you reckon? Oh, Norris might have gone out there, guys. You might have got that phone call.
No, I'm here. Sorry, I'm here.
There?
Yeah, when I was at that private school, mate, the way it worked was you want to be into language, no problem. We'll get the best language teacher. You want to be into skiing, no problem. We'll take you on a trip. You want to be good at cricket, we've got the best coaches in country sat there waiting for you. You got the the other school I went to. It was literally, yeah, fill out 1 to 10, sin a bit, you prick. And if you didn't do, you know what I mean? I got kicked out of there in the end, to be fair. But I mean, not through being nasty or anything, just through not wanting to be there.
Yeah, it's like it's a weird thing that like in sports, like darts players. You look at the darts players, and I mean, where do they come from? Bet their backgrounds. You think their backgrounds are like privileged and stuff,
Just the pub, innit?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like weird. It's weird how you get into different sports and things. Golfers, I think there is sports where you do get a bit of mixture of like where you've come from, your background, what you can be good at,
Do you know what I will say? It's usually financial, right? So if there is millions and millions and millions of pounds in golf, isn't there? There's just so much money in golf. It's ridiculous, right? So when you're a business, like I've got a friend at the moment, and he's from this, he's a rough arse like me, but he's doing okay. He's got a very good business. He's doing well, and he takes his son for private golf lessons. And he was a boxer himself when he was a kid. He went to the gym together, but he said, I would never have my son go anywhere near that boxing, nowhere near it. You know what I mean? He said, I'm going to try and get him into golf. And the way he's seen it is, it's like an amazing sport that you can make millions of pounds at, and it's healthy for you. And yeah, and I get that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want my son getting his head knocked about. I'd rather him hit a golf ball. And if you've got money, you're going to put them into that, aren't you? Do you know what I mean?
You know what I'll say about that, right? Is the golf, right? Because I love golf. Like, and a lot of people do know that, like, the one thing when I was growing up, if I could be anything, I would be a professional golfer, you know.
Yeah.
And but there's that much competition out there now. But what I will say is I've never had a golf lesson in my life, right? And I got down to 10, I think, 10, which is not bad.
Yeah, that is good, yeah.
Could have been better, but and I haven't. It's one of these where I haven't played for a long time now. But with golf, I don't think that you could just teach somebody how to play golf. I think you've got to have something. I mean, if you give somebody a golf club who's never touched one before, a kid, like a 15-year-old, he's either going to be able to play or he's not. You can tell by the way he holds a club straight away. It's not a sport that you can teach somebody from scratch. You know what I mean? You've got to have something in you, and that is like another thing where I'm getting to now is, you know, like these big sportsmen whose kids turn out to be the same as them.
Yeah.
So it's got to be like in the genes somewhere, hasn't it?
Yeah, and I also believe a lot of it's upbringing. A lot of it is upbringing. So, like you say, these guys that, so they've watched the dad, like, so let's say, for instance, let's pick a darts player, right? Most darts players would have watched the granddad or the dad literally chucking darts at a board for hours, you know, in the kitchen. And they're like watching it and they're watching the movement and they're studying it and they're going, that's cool, my dad's doing it. And like a lot of it is to do with upbringing. When I was a kid, my granddad would take me on the pads and I'd watch him hit the bag and things like that. So, like, and you know, try and mimic it. And I thought, you know, a lot of it is upbringing, I believe. But like you say, some of it is genetic. Like you say,
we've got a few examples. You've got like Tiger Woods. Yeah. Now I know Tiger Woods' son is already probably a scratch player already. I'm not sure how old he is now, but he's going to be another Tiger Woods. He hasn't been on the scene yet, but I think he's in his teens. And
I'll have to keep an eye out for him.
Yeah. Then you got David Beckham. Now has he got 2 or 3 sons?
Yeah, they're I think they're just into being chefs and that, aren't they?
Yeah, like they haven't gone into football. Like David Beckham, one of the world's best footballers. Like, and it's mad how they're probably not interested in playing it themselves. You know what I mean? It's weird.
It's funny, that football game though. There's so much celebrity status with it that it's not about the football anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like it's all about in the papers and there's so many like fans that are so passionate about it that it. Do you know what I mean? There's so many opinions with football. You know what I mean?
100%. Me. You know when all this started, or you could go back to when all the celebrity magazines started. Remember when they weren't even about?
Yeah.
And then they come on the scene, and obviously it was footballers' wives and stuff like that, wasn't it? So Beckham,
who cares? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
90% of like the proper football fans, they're not interested in what footballers' wives are doing. They just want to watch a game of football, and they do it to bring another market in. You know, like, and it's not good. It just weakens what the actual thing is, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, football. When you go, I feel sorry, right, for the footballers of like 25 years ago because they're doing just what the footballers are doing these days, but they got a fraction of the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they must look now and think, bloody hell, the money these are on now. Like I was doing that and scoring more goals for them, and than they are, and I'm still looking for a job now at 45. You know what I mean?
It's mad, isn't it? It's mad. But social media has took away a lot of the media's powers. So you can have a lad who just records football, takes his phone and records little clips. He's quite good at editing, and he'll make as much money as the fucking footballer. Like, it's mad. Like, the way social media's gone, that's injected a lot of money into these different sports. Like, so, you know, like, so people are more willing to pay big money to these fucking football stars because they know there's so much money in the advertising of it because of social media. Because everyone wants to buy Ronaldo's shoes. You know what I mean? It's like that shit, isn't it?
Oh, man, it's unbelievable. Like, you get into the Premiership now. If you were a Premiership player, even like as a fringe team, like Nottingham Forest, who've just gone up, I mean, they've got to be on 10, 20 grand a week, even like them players, you know.
Oh, I'd say
But
more than that, mate. I don't know. I mean,
yeah,
it's big money in it. I used to pick a lad up who played for a League One type team, and he had fucking Rolexes. I used to do a bit of taxi driving a few years ago, you know, overnight time, and I pick him up sometimes, and he had dough. He had dough. And like you say, he played for it weren't a Premier League team he played for, and he was doing well. I was thinking, fucking hell.
yeah. What do you think, Norris, about these YouTube boxes?
It's annoying, mate. It's annoying because the reason why it's annoying is because these YouTube boxers are doing a better job of promoting themselves with a phone in their hand than Matchroom and all these ESPNs and everyone's. It's like me, I could come up with a better promo for these fights with a bit of time. Like Canelo versus Triple G. You never see any of this shit. Like, do you remember when you were younger and you'd turn on the telly and you'd have Nigel Benn kicking off on ITV? We touched on it a little bit with Eubank and Ben then, but you want something that the nation can get behind, a proper fight. And this YouTube boxing, they're doing the advertising right, but the boxing's terrible. So it weakens the fucking sport, doesn't it? You're like, no, don't draw attention to KSI. Who gives a shit? The guy's terrible.
Well, it's now KSI's younger brother that's fighting Mayweather, isn't it?
I don't even know what to say to that. I mean, what do
it's
you
madness. It's absolute madness, isn't it? So,
what universe? In what universe does KSI's little brother fight Floyd Mayweather at a weird catch weight? Mayweather does no training whatsoever because he doesn't for these things. I remember him saying, he said, "I'll do when I'm training for somebody proper, top 10 welterweights." He said, "I'm doing 8 to 5 mile jogs. I'm doing crazy bag work sessions. I'm training my body to the point where it's, in an elite place." He said, "When I'm doing it for this lot," he said, "I'm just getting up, eating what I want, drinking what I want. Don't really do much sparring." So he just sees it as a payday. But it's annoying because he's like giving these guys some kind of, like tipping his hat to him, like, "Oh, you're good enough to fight me." What are you doing? It's ruining your legacy.
The people who've got to be most pissed off are these up-and-coming boxers who are working hard, looking for the fights, to get the name out.
I'm gutted for him, mate. I'm proper gutted for him because.
And then you've got some YouTuber who's famous for playing FIFA, and people watching him, and he's driving around in Ferraris and stuff because they all are, all them YouTubers.
It's mad. I mean, and listen, I'm not shitting on anybody, and I wish everyone, if they come up with a cool business idea and they can make money off it, I'm over the moon. But don't label it as being professional boxing because it ain't. You wouldn't get in with a lad I know down the road, who's like a 2-0 pro. You wouldn't be getting in with him. You know it. So don't talk that shit because they go to gyms. These gyms that they're at, they're paying them big money to be there. They're like turning up at like fucking some gym in London with a load of absolute psycho nutcase tough guys, and they are like, I've seen some of the gyms that they go in, and some of the guys that he has as security are legit guys, and they're just sat there laughing their heads off, going, "Just let him talk shit on the internet, and I'll take me $500,000 for security job." Do you know what I mean? And I could go on about it all night.
Yeah. Let's have a look who's in the chat here. I seen Shufflin's in the chat there. Shufflin, I was looking for I fell asleep to your live last night. No disrespect, but I had it on. I must have fell asleep, and I went to look back for it this morning. It's gone. So I don't know why that was, but yeah, nice to see you Shuffling live. Followers in the house.
Every day I'm shuffling.
Live follower pops in your live, doesn't you notice?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, she's been in a while. I just think, what I'm like.
All day, mate. Give us a thumbs up if I can say where I'm going on Monday, because I know Norris is like itching.
I'm biting at the bit, yeah.
Well, what it was, we've been talking to Aldi for a while, right? He's been coming to my chats for ages. Like he pops in all our chats with their. It's like we're all in a little gang, you know, Phil Graham, and we all having a laugh and everything. But well, he's giving me the thumbs up there. So, so it's one of them where we just talk on in these chat rooms, and I've never ever asked him what job he does.
Yeah.
And it come to light last week when we're quite friendly with the Nutters.
Yeah.
Me and Louise are quite friendly with the Nutters, and I knew Nutter was going to a theme park in North Yorkshire, right? Now I can say which one it is now. It's Flamingo Land, right?
Yeah.
Which I don't know if anyone's ever been, but it is
I have when I was a kid.
One of the better ones. They've got a zoo. And cut a long story short, Aldi, the famous Aldi, is only the sea lion trainer at Flamingo Land.
Yeah, that is amazing.
What a job. That just
is
come
amazing.
out last week. And I mean, I said to him, and when I found out, I was like, well, he has never mentioned it. And I don't know whether I dare, but I really want to, because that is just like an amazing job, isn't it?
That's cool. That's really cool. And it's that is so cool. That. Oh, so he's the one with fish.
Yeah, he's the one shotting the fish and going out with the. I'm assuming he's the one with the mic on. You know, where they come out and do the half-an-hour shows. And
listen, he needs to start doing lives. He needs to start going live when he's doing them and put a GoPro on his chest. That's amazing.
Soon as we found out, we booked our tickets for Flamingo Land. So Monday we're going to see him on Monday.
Listen, mate.
He said we can go meet. I'm not sure what they're called now. What the big sea lion's called. I have seen him a few times before because we've been quite a few times.
Yeah. Listen, that's meant. Imagine how cool that'd be with a GoPro on your chest and you do the show. Every time you do a show, just go live.
It's like, how the hell do you get into that job, Norris? You know what I mean?
It's mad, isn't it? It's mad.
Like, you've got. Did you look in the paper and see a job or Flamingo Land? Or it can't have happened like that, can it?
I've always thought to me, you know, people that do like the lion taming and all that, and they work with animals.
Yeah,
they're so temperamental. Animals are so temperamental that the people that do it have got this certain. I haven't got it. Like, I see a great big dog, it wants to bite me. Whereas some people, they've got this thing where they can calm an animal down, like it's something about them. You see them, don't you? I remember when I went through, is it Knowsley Safari Park, and I went through the chimp bit, you know, the baboon bit, and I got to the end and there's this baboon on my roof. This bloke just looked at it. He was one of the like one of the guys that run it. Just looked at it, said something, and he just jumped off the roof. I thought, and as I went past, I said, "What was that all about?" He says, "Oh, it's all right. You know, he knows the crack with me." And I was like, "Fucking hell!" He said he tries it all the time. It's like they understand the animal. It's weird.
That's what I mean. I'd love to, like, I don't know if he will, but the offer's there for your old D, mate. If ever, because he can't be shy, can he? If he's going out in front of, because you get a lot of people in them crowds, so he can't be shy.
Yeah.
So if he ever wanted to come on here and tell us how we got into that, and I bet he's got some stories, hasn't he?
Oh, that'd be amazing. That'd be amazing.
The offer's there for you, mate. Like, no pressure, but that would be great. That, like, because I mean, it's like a joke, isn't it? When you're out with your mates, like when back in your teens, you go out and the girl says, "What do you do?" Oh, I'm a dolphin trainer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go out now. I'm a sea lion trainer. Nah, fuck off. No,
I'm a sea lion trainer, and his name's Hugo First. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because I know Flamingo Land. It closes. It probably closes next week for the winter.
Yeah.
Obviously, all the rides and everything, no problem. But
the animals will still need feeding.
With them having a zoo, yeah, it's still like, and there's loads of questions. Like, but I'm going to get a meeting on Monday anyway, so hopefully we'll get a few videos of that. You know.
Oh, that'll be mint, mate.
Yeah, man, quality that.
That'll be well good. What are you doing going up with life and that? Yeah.
Probably do a little live from there, like, and
cool.
We'll definitely. So we're going to meet these sea lions, but I have been in the crowd before, so I've probably seen him.
Oh, Moon's a regular.
Yeah, I like me. Do you like the roller coasters and all that, Norris?
Can't stand them.
Really?
Can't do heights. Can't do heights.
Right. Because I'm not good with heights. But if I'm pushed, when you've got a 9-year-old called you're a pussy and that, that you won't go on a ride, you've got to do it, haven't you? It's one of them.
I have nightmares of like you say, I've done the same thing where you go like, oh, yeah, go on then, and then about halfway up, I'm not having these panic attacks. I'm like, yeah, I don't mind the ones that go like 0 to 100 and they're like at a reasonable height. They're pretty cool, but it's the ones that you're getting flipped upside down in the middle of the air and all that. I'm right for that.
I was just going to say, right, that's the worst part of a roller coaster is the going up. You know, when you go up dead slow.
Oh,
it's like, oh my God, I'm all right.
Worst nightmare.
I'm all right when you get to the top. It's that bit that I hate. But there's a ride at Flamingo Land. I'm not sure what old deal tell us. They're like, you sit on these motorbikes in a line and you go from like standing position and you just shoot off, which you'll probably be all right with.
Yeah, I'd like that. Yeah,
and you just
that
shoot off
cool.
and you go around like on as if you're on a motorbike.
Yeah, that sounds mint.
It's a word for speed, you know, like a fast, when you're going fast, what's that word?
Light speed. let me think of what they'd use.
Not velocity.
Come and ride velocity.
Yeah, it's velocity. But they have, I think, all day they've got a new roller coaster there now, I think.
I'll tell you what I will add. What I will add just quickly while we're on about rides, as far as them go, where you've got some bit of a bloke with a bit of a beer belly stood by it at a bit of a fair, and all bolts are hanging out, and he's stood there welding it while it's going up and down. You can keep that.
Or like the best one is you're in the queue.
A can of oil and a fag hanging out his mouth.
It's raining a little bit, right? And you're in the queue and you're already nervous. You're just about to get on and they say, oh, hang on, we've got a technical problem. We'll be back in a minute. And you're like, oh, no, not me. No, I'm going. Then I say, you've got your daughter there pushing you, saying, oh, yeah, you pussy. And you see all these other little kids getting on. It's like, you can't get out of it, can you? So,
have you been to Alton Towers?
Not for a long time. But
that's for me. I was like, oh, I'm right up for this. Got there and I looked round and I was like, I'm not going on anything here. It looks like it'll break your neck.
Yeah. I've done that when we went with the school before. Like everyone's like, yeah, I can't wait to get on the corkscrew. You know what I mean? Can't wait. And you get there and see the size of it and you're like, just swerve this one. Like,
can't wait to dislocate my neck.
But you see, you know what gets me when they say, oh, they advertise it, don't there, as the biggest drop in the world roller coaster.
Yeah.
But they're building them all the time, aren't they? Like everywhere in the world, and every single one's got to be bigger than the next one.
Dubai, I'm sure Dubai have like got the biggest of everything, haven't they? Like they did it on purpose, didn't they, to promote it. So maybe I don't know what they have all the biggest buildings, don't they? I don't know whether they're into roller coasters.
Well, the Americans, like if you go to Disneyland or any of them,
Never been. I've been to Disneyland Paris, but I've never been to the one in America.
I've been once a long time ago. Mrs. Moon went a few years ago.
Sounds like hell. Anyone I know that's ever been, I could pick my mate up once from the airport. He went with his family. Come back, he looked like a ghost. What's up? He went, "Don't ever do it." he grabbed me and went, "It's insane." He said, "There's just too much to do." He said, "You're just absolutely stuffed with food all the time. Everything's just crazy." He said, "It's amazing." So it's absolutely amazing, but it's like it's not really a holiday. He said, "You need a holiday after you've been." And I was like, "Do you know what? That sounds like hell to me."
Well, you know what I'm worried about though, because Nutter said Nutter went to Flamingo Land a couple of weeks ago, and I said, "Oh well, was it busy?" Because normally you're queuing up for ages, aren't you? He said, "Moon, there was 90 people in the whole park. 90 people. You didn't have to queue up. You didn't have to queue up. You could walk straight onto everything, and if you wanted, you could even stay on and go around again."
Yeah,
I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to have to, honestly, I'm going to have to just bite the bullet and then go on everything about 3 times.
Yes. I mean, that'll be meant that you'll really enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah, but they have got some good, they have got a great zoo there. Like, I'll be honest.
What animals do they have in the zoo?
you know what, mate? I think they've got everything apart from, I didn't see elephants. They've got rhinos, they've got tigers, lions.
Maybe when you get there, it'll be like Joe Exotic, you know, with Hulster and all that, and like a bit of an earring in and that.
Yeah, man. We've got another guest, Norris. Spice things up here.
Yes, big up Archie. Sorry, Sean.
All right. No, I was just going to tell you what happened that live, man.
Yeah,
man. It was about 2:30 in the morning, and then Patrick Ward, a proper traveller, came on arguing with fucking Tunes. Started telling Tunes he was going to kick his mother's gowl in. For fuck's sake, I'm off.
You had. I tell you what, Chuffs. Right, this is where I left it. You had Claire on talking about alcoholism. You had Strawberry Fields. And I think that's where I left it. You were playing darts as well, so it went a bit west side after that.
It was beat at the end, like 2:00. Chris the Brick was having an argument with some Scottish bloke I had on for the first time because he called him a dickhead a couple of times. So for fuck's sake. And then Tunes jumped on, and then fucking Tunes started being cheeky to some proper traveller, you know. You could tell he was a proper traveller. It was fucking wrecked, and he just said he was going to kick his mother's cunt in.
How did the traveller find your site then? Who told him about it?
He says he's watched Spunk Pit before and fucking something like that.
Because you know what, Chubbs, I'll be honest, right? I don't even think, have I been on your panel yet?
Wait, I think you were on the last week, weren't you? I think you were on, I'm sure you were on once. I've seen you on at least once. It's been quiet the last few days since I booked you. Wait there, I'm not going to call them names anymore. I was trying to stop myself on that.
Yeah.
So where's it gone? I looked for the channel the other day. Is it gone?
He's got rid of it after he got a little bit shook, you know.
Do you want to tell us what happened there, Shuffs? Because I honestly, I don't know. Did he strike you or not? What happened that day?
Right, because after what had happened the night before, I started like getting in on him on the morning, and there was no other. And like the day before, he said he was going to strike us, and then there was no other reason that I got took down. And obviously, he must have gotten like a massive group of them to send a fucking report in quickly. There was no one else, no other reason, you know.
Yeah.
And then it got shut down like that one, so I was going to fucking post one. To be fair, I said I was going to not mention him anymore. So I'll give you something to watch for the next time, because we think he got our shook. He says he's moved house and everything, so the next time he's taking a video of he's in the same house, he's live.
Right, one sec, guys, because we've got a guest in the background here.
Aye, shouldn't speak. I'll be quiet.
Because she hasn't been on here before, and I'm hoping I'm going to let her on. Live follower.
Hello. I just I'm literally I've got 2 minutes. I'm in the middle of something, but I'm going to out myself now. This is for Aldi. Can you just put me on the big screen a little bit?
Have a look. Let me have a look. Yeah, there you go.
Hey, so sea lion, you bastards! You're going to see the sea lions. My all-time favorite animal, and there I am. There is me. I'm outing myself. There I am. That was that big a moment. My partner got the picture, blew up for me, and framed.
Wow. Well, live follower. It's only down the road from you, isn't it?
Well, it's across the country. It takes a while to get there, but Mr. Aldi, please, one day when my job is done here, I would love to come and see you.
I'm sure we can sort that out. But I'm hoping that's
now,
going
who
to be
didn't
me.
think I look like that? Did you imagine me to look like that?
I'll be honest, no.
Hey, come on, when was that picture took? Is that an 80s one, that?
6 years ago.
Oh, yeah, I'm only messing.
Brilliant, man. Brilliant stuff, live follower. So you'll be watching next Monday. Make sure you're watching then.
Oh, I'll be glued.
Because that'll be me next Sunday and Mrs. Moon.
I know.
Brilliant stuff, man.
Anyway, I'll have to dip out because I am really busy.
Brilliant. Cheers.
Busy. All right. Ciao for now.
Peace out.
Get in there. That's another first.
Did you get the neck on with the sea lions, like?
Yeah, you know Aldi. Have you seen Aldi in the chat shops?
Aye, he comes on mine, aye.
Yeah, he trains the sea lions at Flamingo Land.
Does he? See, last time I went there, man, I was 19 stone. I felt like I was going to fall out of everything. I only went on one thing. I took us upside down. I says, fuck that.
How tall are you?
6'3".
Smoking now, you're a big boy then, aren't you?
I'm not 19 stone now, but I was then. I thought I was going to. I went on the ghost train, actually. I might even have a picture. Oh, it's not in the fridge anymore. It's in the box upstairs. Oh, it might have been on the table.
But you weren't doing much shuffling at 19 stone, mate.
Oh, fuck that. I felt like, it's dangerous here. Fuck, you're hanging upside down, and if that opens up, you're going fucking splat. Splat.
Shuffs, how old are you when you were 19 stone, mate?
About 3-4 years ago. So about 20 years.
Wow. Okay.
How did you lose the weight?
Yeah.
come off all the juice.
Oh, right. So you were a big bloody musclehead, were you?
I used to just try and get fucking strong as I could. That's how I could. I might have a picture. Oh, fucking that's what it is.
It's not healthy though, is it?
No, I couldn't fucking breathe, man. I was smoking at the time and all. But I learned. Did I quit at the back end of that? Because I quit smoking for 5 years, man. Then I started again. Fucking worst thing I've ever done. Like,
how many calories a day were you on when you were 19 stone? You know, to gain.
Anywhere between 4 and 6, like.
That's amazing.
I was just eating like as much as I could to like try and keep a hold of it.
Did you do any competitions or out?
No, I was just trying to get as strong as I
strength.
could. Like it wasn't about. I don't know if you can see it on this. Which way is my camera facing?
Okay, now.
That's I was just trying to see how strong I could get. Didn't see the belt too high, anyone, because obviously the belt's lifted up when I've lifted my arms up, because that's what I got last time.
Yeah, that's some going, that, mate.
I was just trying to get as strong as I could back then. That's all I tried to do then. I wasn't trying to do out else, you know. I was just
talk to me about what were you on test?
I test fucking anything that you could jab in your arse, really.
And did you feel any? So once you come off it, because this is when you come off it. Did you feel your testosterone drop, or did you have like some kind of therapy?
You dropped. Fucking. To be fair, you obviously lose fucking loads of strength and shit, didn't you? It's never the fucking same. Didn't get us wrong. It's great when you're on it. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't get any. I was never angry. I'm not really an angry person anyway. You know, just if I'm pissed, I did kick off. But I never drunk. I never drunk for 7 years either. So
yeah.
But I didn't really get any fucking. I wasn't angry or I was just fucking the same person I was when I was not on them. You know.
Yeah.
Don't get us wrong. I did kick off now and again, but I'm not gonna lie about taking them. What am I gonna go to lying?
No. Listen, I think there's no. You're not doing anyone any harm by doing what you want to do. You know what I mean? I don't see any problem in it. I just find it interesting, like the side, because I've always thought, like, you know, because of sport I like, boxing, I wouldn't do it because it's morally a bit wrong. But if I was to be a weightlifter or something, I'd love to see how my body reacted to it. I just find it quite interesting. I mean, I wouldn't do it because I'm a bit
matter of weeks, so literally matter of weeks, you see a difference. You could train for fucking years and you gain that in a fucking couple of months, man.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
As long when you come off and like just stop training anything, so you lose all fucking muscle, batteries, everything you name, isn't it?
Did you have any health issues?
I got fucking diabetic when I was halfway through, but I already had pancreatitis when I was younger, you know. Right. So like,
you don't give a shit, do you?
I couldn't give a fuck. Like, I eat pure fucking junk all day. I didn't even take my blood sugar. I couldn't give a fuck, mate. Like,
you know what? So how did you know when you stopped taking it? How did that like work then? Did it all just drop off you? Didn't you go saggy?
Yeah, no, not really. A lot of it's just fucking water retention, isn't it? So I took. Do you know what? This is where I was. You know the Conspiracy issue you did. The female hormone, was it? That's what it was.
Clomiphene.
I took all them. I took fucking constipation tablets and everything, which level your estrogen out and stuff like that. Which are like all shit, like stuff like that. Because obviously estrogen gives you can get tits and shit, you know.
Yeah.
I wish I had a big pair of tits. I'd play with them. Nah,
I had a
but
mate who did it, and he got these little lumps under his nipples, and he had to have an operation to get rid of them.
gyno, I think it's called.
Yeah, you know, it's weird, Shuffs, because I don't know if you've met Norris before, but Norris
He's been
is
on
like,
mine now.
yeah, this is Norris's chat. You know, he's like, this is what he's into: boxing and training and health. You know what I mean? Like,
I used to watch loads of the boxing. Do you think Conor Ben took out? I think he did. Like, because there's no reason
mate.
That shouldn't be any simple. I know why you take that.
You don't go from the way he boxed, to the way. Do you know what I mean? Within a very short period of time, he went from a bit of a not punching very hard to knocking guys out that couldn't get knocked out by better men than him. It didn't look right anyway, and the way they were so and they knew 3 months beforehand. I don't know. 3 months beforehand, everybody knew about it. That's why Eubank Senior kicked off about it. So, you know, let's not be daft here. We know, like you say, it's just a masking agent what he was taking.
So that's what I mean. Since I've seen that, I knew.
So has he had his second test and all that? Is that the second test and all that, Norris? Is that all finished now? He's like, what's the outcome of it all?
The outcome's going to be they're going to hush it, and they're going to get some lawyer on VADA, and they're going to come and they're going to pay a load of money, and they're going to find this tiny little loophole, and they're going to go, look, everyone forgive him, come on, right now, let's go, and they're going to start.
You know what I don't get, Norris? You see, that's a voluntary testing VADA, but he didn't feel any of the other two, which is like what
the other two are financially. So VADA is one that you sign up to voluntarily, and their testing is the best in the world, and their tests will probably pick things up that others won't, because others are probably behind their testing because they want fighters to get through because they make money out of it. Do you know what I mean? UCAD is part of. Anyway, there'll be backhanders going on all over the place. Whereas there's no backhanders. They're a nightmare. They turn up at your door at 3 a.m. and knock at your door and start testing you.
Fuck off.
So what are you saying? Are you saying that it's not the same process as like a footballers have to go through or an athlete?
I don't know what testing agency they use. I presume over here be UCAD, is it?
Yeah. What's his name? Anthony Joshua won't test with VADA. That tells you all you need to know, doesn't it, really?
Yeah.
You know what I mean, there's a few fighters won't use VADA because it's a voluntary one. And the reason why it's voluntary is because when you sign up, they delve right into, you know what I mean? You, as a mandatory thing, it'd be out of order to expect somebody to have somebody knock at the door. But if you're an elite athlete and you want to prove you've not been... that's the way I'm seeing it anyway. I could be wrong there, but...
Can you remember Big Baby Miller, who was meant to fight Joshua, and he came back and he had like fucking 3 different
rhino
stuff in your arse? Couldn't give a fuck out. He was full of fucking everything.
He had a gorilla's testicle and all that. Yeah.
He had fucking everything in a mad bastard.
Because I know myself when I'm training side by side with someone, and then they start taking gear and they tell me like, I'm going to start taking it. They can go all night because in the morning the muscles recover really quickly. I'm like, for about 3 days.
That's what it is. Honestly, it's a massive difference when you take
So in a nutshell, Norris, right? Because I've dabbled with steroids like about 10 years ago. It was just Deca. You know that Deca.
So you need to take tests with Deca though.
2 mils a week I used to take, and honestly, you wouldn't believe the difference in me. Like, I must have one of these bodies where I just ripped in about 3 months from 2 mils a week.
But if you took test with that, because the Deca isn't really test. Yeah.
That's all I took, mate. That's all I took.
I see. If you took some tests, it would have probably worked even better.
But, you'd have been bald quicker, and you'd have been struggling with stonkers, but you'd have been massive.
I just take some blue tablets like me. It's alright.
Level it back out.
Got fucking loads.
Couple of blues. John Jones over here.
So what are you weighing now?
I'm about 15 stone, which is about 97 kilos or something.
And that's just you walking around. Don't bother going to the gym.
It's just natural. I'm not fat now. I've got a little bit, tiny bit fat on us. Now, really, you know.
Yeah. Well, so how old are you now? About 30 or something?
32.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking hell. You're not
See,
fancy doing any of this?
that's
Having a
nothing,
go
is
at
it,
any of this
Norris? Like,
boxing?
I had 2 boxing fights when I was younger. Like, well, fuck me, I didn't fucking hardly train for, man. I couldn't fucking breathe.
I
This
bet you can crack a bit though, can you?
It's still fucking. It's tiring, man. Do you know? I don't understand how a professional can go 12, 3 minutes. Fuck me, man.
You've
I remember
definitely
the
done a
first one
bit,
I had.
mate, because you're understanding what it's like. Yeah, you've definitely done a bit. Anyone who has talks the way you do.
It's honestly, people won't understand it unless they tried it. You think, punch that punch bag for 3 minutes. You get in a fucking ring for 2, you're fucked.
Well, this is the normal talk, innit? They go, well, listen, I've never boxed, but when I see red, and you're like, nah, mate, when you see red, you start breathing heavy, and then someone hits your stomach and breaks your nose, and then you got another 3 rounds to go.
Do you know, honestly, I do a bit of street fighting. That's not the fucking same.
It's a completely different thing.
Yeah. So that's why you laugh at people, innit? It's like when I see tunes kicking off, I laugh at myself in my head.
Right, let's mix it up a little bit here, right? Shuffling, how do you think your channel's going at the minute, mate?
Oh, fucking hell. We've got it back to normal. The morning it was alright, and then the afternoon it was alright for most of it, and then kicked off a bit near the end. I need to get, to be honest with you, I feel like I've gotten roped into a lot of stuff which has dragged us in, which then I react to fucking, and this has gone on for weeks, and then there's other trouble happened around the channel. So, and I'm getting roped in every time something's happened because it's over there.
You're a funny lad, though. You don't need to bother. You're quite, you make me laugh, mate. Not in like a not bad way, but like you're humorous. You're funny, so you don't need to bother. Like that's how I see it. You just be yourself and have a laugh.
It's just different stuff happening over there. See, I don't even have to start it. If out happens on there, that directly make sure it's pinned at me. It's not even pinned at me and Archie. It's pinned at me.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say, Shops, right? And like, I love Archie. I love both of you. I've watched you right from the start. You know that, don't you? So would it be safe to say, I think that you're the star of the show, right? You are the star of the show. You holding it up, really, right? I think. And I think everyone will agree with us. But that means also you taking all the shit as well, aren't you?
That's the thing. I try not to react. Now it pisses off the other day when that person tried to mention that laptop with child porn. Well, I've got kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But also, you're more available. You seem more available than Archie, you know, like for the late night, which works out quite well, doesn't it? I know Archie does his stuff from work and whatever, and but it seems like the other week you were riding high, weren't you? You were in the how many? What's your most you've had in a chat?
240 or something.
I mean, that's a lot, isn't it? But you haven't been like close to that for a little while, have you?
160.
Even with the controversy and that. I mean, what was going on when you were when you were getting them 240s? I can't remember what was going on at the time.
I was asleep that day. It happened. I can't remember what fucking happened, you know. Archie was in that night. I went to bed. But I'd say average was if none of the big channels on, it's usually between 80 and 120, I'd say. Like if I stuck it on through the day on a dinner time afternoon, it's about 100.
Yeah, I would say that now if you just anytime you go live now, like you're going to be looking at like 80 people, aren't you? Without you'd be disappointed if it was below like 50.
To be fair, I'd rather fucking 50 normal people than 30 extra dickheads.
You got it, mate. You got it.
Now you've said that, though, Chuff. Now you've said that, right, Chuffs. This is getting to my point. Last night you had 50 people in, right? And I nearly hit the link last night to jump on with you. You know, before you started playing darts.
It was quiet though at that point, wasn't it?
It was quiet. You had 50 people in, right? But then, right, I'll say this. Archie jumped in the chat and said, what the fuck's going on? Because he kind of liked what was happening, you know, and I thought, well, this is quite good. I was going to jump on.
I think it was when the one about that the alcoholism that point, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It depends what he was. See, I see some guy message. I see I'm fine. What you on about?
Yeah, because I think you were
Like,
quite happy with it, weren't you? It was chilled.
Oh yeah, it was a different conversation. It was a bit more fucking real life and fucking than out else. You know, I'd rather have fucking talk about something serious than sit and talk about some fucking shit 24/7.
But that's the point,
No.
like 24/7, like meaning that you can mix it up at times, you know what I mean? Like you've come on here now, and every time you've been on here, it's weird because we see a different like side to you. Me and you have been on here a couple of weeks ago and talked for like a few hours, didn't we, about all sorts?
Aye.
And like people don't get to see that side of you when you're on your own channel because you're always in the shit.
Well, there's just loads of personalities, mate, and they expect you to manage their personalities, and it's like I'm just having a laugh on a channel. Do you know what I mean? Like that's the bit, and they think you're gonna like save the problems and all that, and it's like I'm just here to have a bit of a laugh. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's what happens with you a bit. You seem to get dragged into other people's stuff, and you're like, well, I just came here for a laugh.
So it was like the first load of stuff that happened with S&G, and then that went away, and then one of the ones that left away with G came back and caused a load more shit, and then it brought me back into it. The fuck's that my fault?
Yeah.
So but I feel like they're just targeting us. I do feel like I've been targeted. That's what I feel like personally.
Yeah. Well, like the name, the title of your show, right? Anything goes. Like it's always been anything goes, hasn't it? And that's sort of like. But I still think that could like I still think that you're quite good at them ones like last night when it was chilled and that. I think people do like them.
I'm not fucking shouting on. And then the chat normally have a conversation between themselves, and then you interact with them because it's not going too fucking fast.
Yeah.
And it's see, like sometimes people twist on because I haven't seen some in the chat. Fuck me, I've got 54 fucking eyes. I've got 2, and half the time I can't see straight because I'm pissed.
Away, man. Away.
Talking about fishes.
Yeah. Shuffler, this is quite topical, isn't it? Because Dave Smithers spat his dummy out with you the other day, didn't he?
No, it wasn't me.
No, that's forgotten about. Let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
Go on, Dave, doing.
It was fucking Archie. Archie spitting his fucking dummy out.
Yeah, it's forgotten, mate.
I wouldn't even have minded. He only advertised it live. That was 4 hours later. I wasn't bothered. It's better than someone popping up and saying me, I'm going live in a minute. I didn't care about that because I was thinking I'm not on at 9 o'clock anyway.
That's what you said. Yeah. That's what you said. I said it after you had said that. After you said you
were
I said, I'm going live at 9.
So I resolved that issue a bit. Yeah, fucking hell. It's like a never-ending fucking soap fucking opera shitty thing on the telly, innit?
No, I've had a fucking right shit morning. Absolutely.
Well, what's happened, Dave? Tell us what's happened, bro.
Oh, you won't believe it, mate. Do you know, I've spoken here a bit before I know about the child abuse as a kid.
Yeah.
Through one of my old dear's fucking ex-boyfriends who was an alcoholic. So like all my childhood growing up while he was in the house was like beatings off him towards me and my mum, yeah. And he was just a fucking vile, nasty person. But she stayed with him and had 4 kids with him. She stayed with him for like fucking over 20 years, yeah. And I've not seen him for years and years and years. And I walked out my fucking front door this morning, mate, and guess who's fucking emptying my bin as a binman?
Oh, never.
My face must have looked like I'd seen a ghost, mate. I just turned around and walked back in. Do you know what I mean? I was like, what the fuck? You can do 2 things.
How many years hadn't you seen him?
You know, maybe 15, probably longer.
Wow. Did he recognise you?
Yeah, of course he did. He just stopped in.
It's mad though, Dave. In situations like that, you think you'll react in a certain way, but when it just lands on you, you're like, I've done that. I've like gone, what the fuck? Like you think to yourself, if I see him again, he's getting a smack, and then they'll just like you say, he's just there at your front door, and you're like, what the fuck? Like you said, like you're seeing a ghost.
I didn't know what to do, mate. If I'm honest, my mind just went blank. But then there was two situations. I was in two situations. Yeah, one I could have just walked over and fucking kicked the fuck out of him, or two, done what I did do, turn around, go back in and just think of my kids and my wife, mate, and that's what I did do. Fortunately.
Well, that's it. That split decision there, Dave, wasn't it?
He's took enough off you from being a child, mate, so you don't give him any more as a grown-up.
Exactly. And do you know what the mad thing about it is? I know if I would have started hitting him, I wouldn't have stopped. And it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. So I'm fucking pleased. And then I get to fucking work and I fucking slipped off the fucking forklift and fucking twisted my ankle. And then fucking... now my machine stopped working, so I can't make no panels. So I'm skiving, sat in the toilet.
I was going to say there, you know, you like doing your little lives from the toilet, don't you?
Oh, mate.
Big bang and shit.
I just feel like we know.
Turtlehead Dave.
I'm not on the toilet.
What's with the headphones anyway, Dave? You're rocking the Zeus look.
No, I've been unloading lorries, mate, all morning, so...
Oh, the earmuffs, they're not headphones. Are they earmuffs?
Headphones. No, they're headphones, mate. I'm listening to you for them.
I don't think that's allowed, is it, when you ride the fork truck?
No, I'm going to grass you up.
I know, yeah, it's dangerous, that, mate.
Hey,
ring the union.
My yard, my fucking rules, mate. My yard, my rules.
Wait till the HSE come round. Catch you, mate.
Mate, do you know if my fucking boss ever looked at that was on here, I'd have slagged him off and fucking not filled that fire thing in and shit like that. I'd be in loads of shit. That's why I'm trying hard for my eyes, and that, so people can't see the name on it. You know what people are like on here, mate? They'll be all over it. He's on YouTube.
Yeah.
So you two at the bottom, right? I had a text off Dave this morning, right, saying he was going to jump on this live, right, like he normally does anyway. But he also said that his subs are flying, which they are, aren't they, Dave? You're nearly at 400 now, aren't you?
Is that where you're at? I know.
He's nearly at 400, right, Shuffs? But do you think these shorts have helped you then? That's what you said, didn't you, Dave?
Yeah, 100%, mate.
I've never done one. Actually, I did one the other day. I didn't do them.
What do you think?
I put one up last night of the dog, yeah, just a 15-second clip. Just the dog sat there normally, and I was talking to him.
That, yeah.
It's had nearly 4,000 views, and it's got me 10 subs since 10 o'clock last night.
Wow.
You need to do short.
Norris, can you explain the short thing, Norris?
I've been trying to tell people for years, but they didn't listen.
Yes.
And
it was you who said it to me, Norris, actually, the other day, mate.
Yeah, but I've been trying to tell people for years. I have a couple of other little boxing channels that I've had in the past, and they've had quite a few subscribers, and I understand how this shit works. And all you do is you just find something you love, that you find to be interesting, and you'd be surprised how many other people find it interesting. And to promote that, you have to do it in a short form, and you have to sell your soul and hashtag it. If not, no one sees your shit. And that's it, really. That's it. And it's been like that for years, but no one ever catches onto it. But just recently, I think people have been clocking it a bit. But I've been telling people for years. I'm like, do this, do that, but they don't fucking listen. Think they know better. They think that drama brings them subs. It brings you 3 subs. I can get 40 subscribers off hitting a bag for 10 seconds. Not that that's. I'm not saying that I care. I'm just doing it to prove that I can.
So is a view off a short the same as a view off a live or a video?
So if I make a short that's 15 seconds long, right? Or let's say I make a short that's under 15 seconds long. I think 11.8 seconds is a sweet spot, right? And I tag it right, and I get the right time of day. It doesn't matter if I'm making a piece of toast, that will get views, because you watch it and you go, that was weird. And you watch it again. And because it's 11 seconds long, by the time your brain's registered what I've just done, you give me 2 views. And even if you give me a dislike, it promotes the algorithm. So it's just...
You know how many times I fell asleep watching a short? I must have played through 50 times.
Yeah, that's it, mate. That's it. ASMR is another big one. Dave, you fuck your short. So I'm going to make a short off one of Dave's shorts. I'm going to make it go viral to show you that I can do it. You know, when you do the panels and the nails in the panels, you need it so that it loops. Don't have any extra. Just have it so that it goes bang, bang, bang with the nails. Bang, 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 bang. So every time it goes again, it looks like it's endless. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I've seen them.
Infinite. And don't ever put a sound over it. Always have it as the original sound. Don't put any music with it.
You know, that got 2,000 views within a day.
If you'd have knocked 3 seconds off that video, you'd have got 20,000 views.
Mental, mate. So, do you know what I've noticed as well? It depends on what time you put these shorts up, you know.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
It does. 100%.
Right, so that's important as well, Norris, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
I've noticed that if I put one up through the day, say like 10 o'clock in the morning, it'll get a couple of 100 views. Whereas if I put it up at more tea time, 10 o'clock-ish time, by the time I get up in the morning, it's had 3,000-4,000 views.
And what you have to do as well, Dave, the reason why your shorts are doing so well is because people that like you on here. So if nobody knew you whatsoever and you put a short of your dog up, it wouldn't get put onto the shorts board necessarily because it'd get no attention. Whereas if you've got a couple, like 20 people that enjoy your stuff, and then they straight away jump on it and watch it a bit and press a like, YouTube goes, oh, that's ticked that box. Right, let's put it onto the next level. Let's put it onto guys in his area. And then let's put it on the shorts board in fucking America somewhere. You know what I mean? And because you have people so you should be very grateful to your subscribers because that's what creates the algorithm to get it onto the next stage. If you get what I mean. So I'm very grateful for people that put a thumbs up out of this community because it helps my algorithm. It's nice.
100%.
I've noticed all your shorts, Norris, always get a few thousand, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, just all I'm doing is I'm just the point of this isn't to bully anybody or the point is that there's a game to be played. It's like a game, isn't it? And there's an algorithm that I can pick at and there's a computer I can try and outwit. And that is the whole point of this for me. I'm trying to outwit the computer, not outwit another human being. If I outwit another human being, I'll get one sub for it. Do you know what I mean? If I outwit the computer, I can conquer the shit. And then when you do that, you can then the things that you thoroughly love and enjoy, you can promote to other people. That's the whole point of it, surely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Right. Well said.
I've been wanting to get Video Craig on to explain all this, but I think you know just as much, Norris, to be fair.
Listen, I'm not taking advice.
My boss is at the gate. I've got to go. I'll be back on at dinner.
Yeah, Shuffs, you've never done a short then, no?
I've made one, but not like that. I was just fucking chucking a couple of darts, and then I think I made one the other day.
Listen, mate, I'm going to make you one. I'll make you one, right? Off something to do with your channel, and I'll like edit it, so whatever, right? I'll do it off this here, what we've just been talking about, and I'll put it on my channel, right?
Aye.
I want to be able to give it you, but I don't like getting in contact with people behind the scenes. I don't like.
It's fine. I'll take I'll look what you've done, then I'll sort of work it from there. Copy.
That's it, mate. Copy that shit. Not obviously put your own. The whole point is put you in it. You know what I mean? It's what you find funny, and you'll find that someone else will agree with you. They'll find it funny.
So they have to be funny.
Sorry. Whatever your interest is in that moment. Say you're sat there watching something and you found it funny, or it drew an emotion out of you. It will also draw an emotion out of someone else. And if you think, oh, that's interesting, make a clip of it. Just whatever you feel at that moment. And it usually works, that shit.
Right.
It's coming from a good place, isn't it? It's not coming from a bad place. It's coming from a good place, and people can spot that shit.
Do you know when you won about before when you see you sticking nails in a pallet? I would watch that over and over. I don't know why you do it, but you do.
Yeah.
So every time you click on it, does that count as another view though?
What it does is it loops it. It loops it. So if you've got a 9-second video of nails going in a board, and Archie sits there and watches it for 5 minutes, that's like 900 views just off shuffling. Sorry, I get your names mixed up. Sorry, mate.
That fucking thing on the thing.
That's 5 minutes is like 600 views or something. I don't know quite how it works. They might limit you to certain views, if that makes sense. They might limit per person watching to like 100 views, but I've had it where I've had like 40 odd thousand views in like 20 minutes on a clip of George Foreman, because I was just sat watching George Foreman. Like, oh, that was a good combination. I just made a clip of it and got 40 odd thousand views in about 20 minutes because everyone else is looking at it going the same as me. Oh, that's interesting. Do you know what I mean? So if you find something interesting that you're passionate about, that you can talk about all day, it's done, innit? You don't have to go down bullshit roads of dramas and do you know what I mean?
100%. So it's good. Yeah.
My daughter made a TikTok, you know, and it was the shittest TikTok I've ever seen in my life because I didn't know about it. There's these shitty little cartoon things, whatever games the kids play on. And she had over 1 million views on it, and it was honestly, it was a heap of shit. I've not been nasty, but
is it totally different with TikTok, Norris? Is that a different thing altogether?
So TikTok, when TikTok first come around,
it's gone under a bridge.
I'm trying to put the fucking tab oil because I've run out of tabs.
Yeah, sorry about that. When TikTok first come about, I realised that YouTube had videos that TikTok didn't. So what I did was, I just found stuff that I loved, movie scenes, fights I loved, and I just uploaded them all. I spent about a month just uploading them, and I got about 50,000 subs real quick. And and like you say, I was getting ones with millions of views. I actually got invited, because I love Mad Max, I actually got invited by this group to, go to the Beyond the Thunderdome and do this like me. It's great, though. You're putting a red beacon out for people that enjoy the same things as you. And if you're not doing that, it's negatively impacting what you're doing.
Right.
It's like, oh no, Archie's got a fucking dog. Okay, I'm make some of his dog.
That's it, mate.
So, what subs are you on now, Shuff? So you're on about coming up to 900, I think, aren't you?
Somewhere just 850 and I don't know, 860 somewhere around there. I think something like that.
You'll smash it, mate. You just keep your head, and like you say, just do stuff that's of interest in you. You'll smash it, mate. Just stay out of the shit.
I think that's over 6. It'll be getting about 7 weeks of running the channel properly.
It's not about the subscriber count, and it's not about the view count, because as I've proved, I can get a piece of toast to do more views. It's about you enjoying it. If you don't enjoy it, it's fucking pointless, isn't it?
It only gets unenjoyable when you kind of sort of like, it's all the shit and you didn't want to be there, you're now watching it and involved. There's been times now I'll just turn the cunt off and say, fuck it, I'm off.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, twice yesterday, Shubs, yours finished quite like quickly, didn't it?
No, that was because I was fucking sick.
With a lot of people in, you know, and like I'm one of them who's sitting there thinking, oh fuck, what's happened now? You know what I mean? Then we're all sat waiting for you to come back on.
Yeah, I've had 110 at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and just knocked it off, like, because I'm bored.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I still don't know how to describe your channel, like Shuffs. If I had to put it into a sentence or whatever, or a little phrase, I wouldn't know, mate.
You're on the fly, mate. You're on the fly, and what it is, what attracts people is when somebody's on the fly, like whatever, as it comes, like you say, anything goes. When you're like that, people see the actual person. There's no smoke and mirrors. It's just your reaction at that moment is your reaction, and people must like your reaction, mate. Whether you know what I mean, they're tuning in for your reaction, aren't they? And you bang on, man. You bang on.
Well,
from what I've seen, anyway.
Let's put this one out, Shuffs. Am I right in saying you don't really go on many other channels now, do you?
Fuck me, I didn't find the time. Like I've got, I flicked on YouTube and I've seen yours live. So I just fucking flick straight on it. You know, it's not like I don't watch other channels. You sat there, man. So I'm sat there for like fucking hours, and I'm thinking, fucking hell. See, now I'd rather be sat talking to you on yours because I'm not the one having to look after it in control.
Mate, I appreciate you jumping on here. You know that, like, big time.
It's better, honestly. It saves me fucking at you're doing what I do, and it pisses me off. So now you're doing the work of letting people on not for watching the chat, and I think fucking great. I'm going to do that today.
Yeah, so this is a question they always ask anyone that comes on, right, Shuffs, like especially a host. Say it's midnight and there's loads going on, right? You've got 200 people in your chat. How are you? Are you sat laid on your sofa with your feet up, or are you?
Mate, I've slept downstairs for fucking months, man, on the floor. I didn't even bother going up to bed anymore. But I've always done that. I've always slept on my settee rather than going to bed. I just didn't. I've been in that bed about.
You can click the live button and then you'll be walking about in your kitchen making a cuppa and stuff, won't you?
Well, yeah, I just fucking plodder under, fucking just got the door, the window for a tab and shit, mate. I couldn't give a fuck. I eat food on the cunt. He was munching like a fucking horse. I couldn't give a fuck, mate. Like,
yeah, I'll be honest. I go in like I'm sat in my own room at the minute. I'm slumming it at the minute. That's why I've got my camera on. But in my other room, I've got like a proper nice chair, and I'll use the laptop. And I actually like that better. I can do 6 hours in there easy. Where I am now, I know for a fact when I get up now, I'm going to be hobbling about all day. So I'm sat on one ass. I've got my telly on, looking at the chat. You know what I mean? It's like I always like find it interesting, like what the host's doing. You know, whether they're sat at a desk taking it like a radio show type of thing. You know what I mean?
So I'd fall asleep if I lay down. I've done it before. Went up to bed a couple of months ago, lay on my front, put the phone on the floor and charge. Next thing I know, what fucking 3 hours later. I've woke up before, man. There's still been like 30 and 40 and 50 people sat there, and I'm thinking, what the fuck, man? There was one day it was 5 hours I was asleep.
Well, that was a little phase you were going through, though, wasn't it? You haven't done that for a while, have you?
No, it's generally that's normally when I'm not drinking. I fall asleep. You get tired, man. If I lie down, I do fall asleep. Like it takes its toll on you, man. If I do a weekend like up late, fuck me, it takes 2-3 days to recover.
Yeah,
it's just fucking tiring work. Like it's not as easy as you think at times. It's because you're always talking, so it's taking energy out of you, you know.
Yeah. Plus, you haven't got like a timetable, have you? You could just go live it could be any time, couldn't it?
I'm being back to work for fucking probably just before 2 weeks before the 6 weeks holidays for the kids, man.
I know. I was going to say that, but I didn't want to be nosy like Shuffs, you know, like. Obviously, the cost of living and all that now, when you're not working, you know what I mean?
It's getting to the stage I'm going back. I've got Christmas coming up.
Especially when I know that you buy 40 tabs at a time.
And it's fucking
that's
joke.
25 quid, isn't it? You know what I mean?
My cousin's just went on a cruise and he's just sent us a picture that only 35 quid, I think, for a sleeve. So he's done bringing some back. And they're the real ones.
Yeah. They're still getting the dodgy packets, though. You know, on them and that.
I can't even. Last ones were JP. I don't generally smoke them because he didn't realise you could get the Sterling Jewel where I normally smoke. But he's fucking. I forgot where he was. He went to Mallorca the last time. That was about 6 weeks ago, and then he's just when I was camping out actually, and then he's just went on a cruise for a week. So fucking knows where he's at. I say it's just Finder some fucking tabs I like.
I'll tell you what else you need to get sorted, that roof, mate, because that looks like it's ready to come down, doesn't it?
It is. I was just looking at it again the fucking this morning, like.
I was laughing my head off at that little bit of wood you put up with the nail in it. Like.
That held it up, man. That honestly would have came down without that. Watch. I'll switch you as me camera person.
Anyone who hasn't seen this is Shuffling repairing his roof.
Look, it's fucking all the way along. You can see where the patches are. What's happened? It's fucking that way. And then along there, and then it's gone all the way along there. Oh, that's coming, dude. It's sagging like fuck, man. I had to stick the knife in there to let the water out.
Mate, you'll be getting killed live on a bloody live stream. It'll just cave in on you.
It is. It's proper sagging up and see it. And I'm thinking, for fuck's sake, I can't sort this out. I keep telling myself data.
Is the water leaking through that? Have you got a leak? Like, is that what it is?
I think it's off the overflow, and I just haven't had a fucking look at it. Like, I can't be fucking bothered, to be fair. So I've just not got in the bath. I'll get away for a week.
You'll be bothered when it all falls in on you, mate. Fucking hell.
And there's a fucking mess. I'll whack at the door. I'll let you. Well, I'll come back then. I'll just come back when it's dark.
Yeah, man. So what's happening today? What's your plans for today? You had a good sleep, first of all. Have you had a good night's kip?
Oh, yeah. Wait, I went to sleep. It was 2:30, 3, I think, when I knocked that thing off, and then fucking Archie rung us this morning, and I fell back to fucking sleep. So I've had some food and shit. I had all morning, so fucking
So
ready
you
to
live
go.
last night. You've put it on bright. You've deleted it, or
No, I think I'm gonna put it back on. It was just the end bit where it was tunes and fault, and I understand the way the travellers speak, and that's how they speak when they say something like they're gonna fucking kick your gowl in or something.
never heard of that one. Like never
I
heard
never
of
heard
that
when
one.
the travellers say it. The gowl, where you say it's like where you come out your mother's gowl or something. That's what I only heard of it because I was watching Traveller stuff over the years, and so obviously Tunes was being cheeky, and then we tried to sort it, and then Tunes went again, and then he's asking.
Yes, Dan, how are you doing?
I'm alright. Just thought I'd jump on, say a quick hello, see what you're up to.
Yeah, mate, nice one, bro. Have you met Shuffs? Have you seen Shuffs?
No.
I didn't want to.
This is Dan. Like I only met him a few weeks ago. He's from Daryl's channel. Like he's
Right.
Yeah, this is Shuffs. He's got his own channel. Dan, bit crazy.
Yeah, mate. Actually, you know what? I think I was watching a bit of his last night. Was that girl on yours? That Emma?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Emma and Claire. I had Emma and Claire on one, and it was the one about alcohol and shit, weren't they? And
yeah, I think so. Listen, sometimes it's a problem with people, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I tell you what I was shocked at, Shuffs, and Dan, if you've seen it, because obviously Claire was on all day yesterday, wasn't she? And like usually there's always a bit of trouble follows Claire around when she's online.
It did.
But when she said that she was drinking at work, that's a bad one, isn't it?
I see she got COVID at the minute. Did you not see she had a bit chow on flavours with that Shell and Raver in that?
Oh, yeah. Would you say she was going to the shop and buying bottles of wine?
On a dinner, she was going buying drinks on a dinner and that, and I thought,
you know what?
That's
bad. Don't tell no one, but you're live on national TV, like on YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, that's a bad sign, isn't it? Really, that's not good. Slippery slope, that one, like.
Yeah. What team got support Shuffled?
Man U.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a Newcastle fan, this lad, Shuffs. Dan's a Newcastle fan.
I probably fucking should be. The fucking they'll give them 5 seasons, they'll be up there.
Ludon, I've just been talking there. Big up to Ludon there, Mrs. Moon. Working hard there, people. One of the best mods on YouTube. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, yeah.
I here the other day, Moon, surrounded by United fans. My missus and kids are all United fans, aren't
they? Oh, yeah.
So surrounded by.
Yeah, how did that go then? I didn't watch the game, like. I didn't watch.
Should have had a penalty.
Yeah, so should we, though, to be honest.
No, yours. That's all. Yours, like there were. No, he did come across it. No, it was definitely a penalty.
But Longstaff should have given you a penalty, to be honest. So that was definitely.
Aye.
It was just.
So it was 6-2.
To be honest.
You would have put they got fucking VAR. How can a VAR fucking sort that out?
And then Linton missed the sitter as well when he hit the post and opened it.
Aye.
Fucking wow. But yeah, surrounded by him. My mates was there, mate. I was the only Newcastle fan in the house. There's about 10 United fans.
fucking shit anyway.
Yeah, but we were 0-0 anyway, so we both come out of it all right. So it weren't too bad. There was no scrapping anyway in the house.
I think Newcastle are going to give them a fucking few seasons, like, and
I think we'll do well. We've got Everton on Wednesday, and then we've got Spurs on Sunday. So I think if we can get 4 points out of that, which would be draw United, so we can beat Everton tomorrow.
I would even say fucking 3 out. Even if you beat fucking Everton, even lost the Spurs or drew, would do, wouldn't it?
Well, you've got Spurs. Well, you've got Spurs tomorrow, haven't we? So I'll know from there.
It's for. See, I fancied Liverpool to beat City the other day just because of what's been happening. You see, they've been doing fucking shit.
Yeah. Well,
and I see they'll end up beating them.
I'm going to throw a tenner on it for City for Liverpool to win.
I wish I'd looked at the odds. I didn't even look. But Yeah, it's so
Yeah, Shufts,
unpredictable
I
now.
never really thought you were into football that much, to be honest, Shufts.
You know what it is? I used to be watching everything. Like, even with darts, I watched everything, and then for some reason I just drifted away from everything, like watching everything, because I would spend all my time watching football and darts and
I'm fixing his
snooker.
roof.
I can go and fuck itself, that cunt. I'm not even looking at that. I walked past it and didn't look up. My floor's got fucking plaster on, man. I need to clean that cunt up.
Okay, no, I'm
The
scared to walk
beauty
under
that,
that.
innit, Dan? That's beauty, that roof, innit?
Okay, I've never
I'm
seen
not-
anything
honestly, I
like that
couldn't-
in my life. That is a proper top job, that. I swear to God.
Do you know what it is?
Wait.
It didn't just
Go
leak
on.
through there. Watch it. I'll show you how wet the floor is. It leaked through me fucking...
Where
at the
did you
floor.
find that bit of wood? Where did you actually
I
find
know,
that little
just
bit
the
of wood?
Oh, really? I'll tell you,
one
no.
triangle
If you
piece of wood.
No, watch. No. I was making scaffy board shelves, but I stole the scaffy board a couple of years ago. So I made this one firstly, like for the pans and that. So that one there is the black one with that one. But so I cut the corner ones, and there's not just there. Look at the fucking floor. You can see how wet it is.
Wow.
So you actually cut that bit of wood into shape to put up there, or it was just a bit of
No,
wood lying
it was
about?
that was already cut. I was going to do some corner shelves with them when I didn't get to finish with them. I've got another couple somewhere now doing there, and I've got another 2 long ones for short ones I've done. Like,
No,
dust everywhere now.
DIY's your thing. I don't think it's your thing, Shufts DIY, mate.
Well, you see, look, here's the passage. Look how wet the fucking passage is.
Oh, mate, you
come
need to
through-
get that sorted.
How it's come through the smoke alarm. I could hear the fucking smoke alarm hissing.
Oh my God. You
It knocked the
walk in one
electric
day,
off an hour, man.
that whole ceiling's going to cave in.
Fuck it, man. I couldn't give a fuck, mate. It lives on the heat, man.
The best thing is, Shufts, you've just told us that you sleep downstairs all the time as well.
Yeah, no.
I've been saying that. I don't know whether upstairs would be
I need to
just
get
as
sorted
dangerous,
I have to get sorted before the kids get back. So the issue, like, so.
Yeah, fucking hell, what?
wouldn't it? Need a new roof there, mate.
And I'm gonna pull it down. I'm gonna get rid of that. I'll do it. I'll be arse. Not a deal. Like,
No, it is
my
though,
living room
Shufts.
had a rabbit, mate. It's fucking ripped my wallpaper. Ripped my wallpaper, had it, little shit.
Oh, has it been under the wallpaper now?
Oh, it was in a cage in the living room because obviously the kids are terrorising it in the bedroom, so I brought it in the living room. I in the cage near the wall, and I've moved it the other day, and it's chewed me wallpaper, man.
Yeah, I've
And
got
that's
some
people-
teeth on them, haven't they, them rabbits?
Honest to God, watch, I'll show you, I'm not lying. Watch this.
Oh, fucking hell.
I'd be getting put in the fuck. I'd be putting the cunt in a pie, like, in a fucking pie.
I wouldn't even mind. I
Nuts,
bought
aren't
it,
they?
do you know what I mean? I bought it like a penthouse outside. Because it's been lived in here that long, it was like not going outside unless I've got a jacket, pants, and trainers on. You know what I mean? Swear to God, I bought a big house as well with lights and everything on it. And no way would it go outside. You're looking at me like, listen, it's too cold out there. I've lived in the house for too long, mate. I'm not going out there now. And it's tubey wallpaper.
Quality that, like. You haven't got a dog, or have you, Dan?
You've seen me dog, haven't you? Did you want to see me dog?
Was your dog all right with the rabbit, like?
Yeah, he tried now. Dinner in it when he looks at it, he thinks it's gram. But obviously, my dog looks like it's been training for about 6 months.
YouTube's minted it. It is at times. Take away all the bad stuff. YouTube's good at it.
Muscler.
See, I had 2 border collies, like, what they went with the kids.
His shoulders.
What is it?
Pocket bully. Looks like it's
Have
Fucking hell. Have you seen his shoulders there?
Let's have a look at the head on it, man.
Yeah,
Got
it's
the bull head in there.
baby.
See, I had
Yeah,
2 sheepdogs that were brainy as fuck.
Just turned 1, he is. Listen,
Yeah,
after that
we've
bollocks,
got.
his head's big as fuck and he's daft as fuck. He's not got a brain cell in his fucking body.
Yeah, man. We've got an XL bully. She's a year old and she's like 5 stone.
But he literally weighs,
hell.
I reckon he weighs something like that, but he's just a big dopey. But he looks like he's in gym. So mum walked in my house the other day, she went, what do you feed him? Cement? I went, nah. I said, he's naturally muscly, innit? I said, but he looks like he's been to the gym, but I'm not joking. If he walks around the block, he's blowing like he's done a fucking marathon.
It is though when you're heavy. Even when I was heavy, I was fucked off walking up the stairs. So a dog must be the fucking same.
He literally is. I swear to God, people go, "What? You know, where do you walk him? Do you walk him 6 times a day?" I went to walk him 10 minutes around the block and he's blowing. That's it. I couldn't walk.
That's what I mean. Like Dan, did you hear Shucks earlier on? He said he's 6'3", right? But a few years ago he was 19 stone, right?
Yeah.
So say you've lost 4 stone, Shucks. That's like you right now picking my dog up and walking around with it. Now, how tired would you be after 2 minutes?
Hey,
you know what it is?
I've been there, brother. I was 18.5 stone at one point.
I picked the Ben up the other day and he was heavy as fuck. And he's only
you
8.
think you were carrying that around all the time, like? And
I know. It's
Imagine what
fucking
it's
weird
doing
when
to
you
you.
think it. Mm-hmm. To be fair, I fucked all my joints though. My knee, I had a bad knee, and both my shoulders fucked.
Yeah, my shoulder's finished.
So it fucking does take its toll on you over time. Like it's not a lot you do.
Mine was through bad health, innit? Mine was just sat there. COVID was what caused mine. That 2-year lockdown, I went massive, me.
See, I had an allotment. I took an allotment at that time, so I was sort of occupied, you know.
I didn't. I just stayed in and just takeaways and.
See, I played golf, doing the field. I don't know if you know where the Pineys is, Moon.
Pineys. Is that a
Like
nickname for it?
Down the
I know Southmore, yeah.
It's just that big field. There's a massive field as you go down, head towards the Font Prague. On your right, it's fucking. I used to play golf there. I'll try and get a video off Facebook, right? When I was playing this time, there was just hitting the ball side to side. There was an old bloke laid down where the balls were landing, pissed up. So I walked over, this is what you're doing, started arguing, the cheeky bastard. So he started walking away. In the end, I started hitting the balls in, and the cunt was chucking them in the bushes. The video was on Facebook, but I deleted my Facebook. But I didn't really want to reopen it, but I might get. I've got some belter videos on there.
That's one game I can't even do, mate. I can't even hit the ball, mate. There
I got 9.2, quick as fuck.
Yeah, we've been talking about it this morning. I was saying like about like how the genes get passed down, and like say Peter Schmeichel, and then his son's a goalkeeper, exactly like him, Tiger Woods, and Tiger Woods' son's going to be a great golfer and whatever. But I think golf is one of them things, Shucks, where you can't teach somebody from who's never had a golf club before to be a good golfer. Do you think you can or not?
Nah, I reckon you could.
I'm good at
practice, isn't it? Practice and practice. You'd have to practice like 4 or 5 times a day, mate.
See, I think it's one of them sports though, where you've got to have a bit of you've got to have a bit of natural. Like I put it this way, Shups. You go and give a 15-year-old a golf club and just watch how he holds it. He's never held one before. You tell me that you can teach him to be like off 10 or 12 or whatever.
No.
Yeah, I was off 9.2 quick as fuck.
Yeah, like, that's what I mean. But you probably got hold of a club and it just felt comfortable, or you just had. Some people he can just tell you, but never teach them.
Believe it or not, that's the only thing. What did you pass down to your kids, do you reckon?
Absolutely nothing, because my son. My son is the total opposite to me, mate. I swear down. He's a gamer. I don't play games.
My eldest has took after me. He's pretty good at football, to be honest. I'm not blowing my own trumpet, but when I was younger, I was pretty good at football. Not now, I'm fucking old now, do you know what I mean? But when I was younger,
is that down to you giving him a ball when he was a kid, though?
Yeah, I've always played football with all. He's always been on teams since he was. How old is he now? He's nearly 16 now, and he's played for teams since he was about 6, 7. So yeah. Mine's pretty good at it. He just signed for a new team the other day. Round here.
My son's claimed my fucking aggression, kicking off, screaming. He kicked the other week when I walked upstairs. I thought he was just banging on. He kicked the hole in the fucking wall on the stairs. You know, I can show you. I heard him.
Second eldest, he's like that.
I heard him kicking the wall. I didn't know what the fuck he was doing. So I walked up the stairs. Just nice little hole, another hole to fill in.
Oh my God.
Just stuck his foot in it.
And is that temper or
he was fighting. He was just fighting with his sister. Just fucking arguing out loud. 8.
Wow.
Well, she's 10, but they normally get on our eat unless they're arguing our fuck off. But like,
my second eldest is like that though. My second one, Casey, he's terrible, mate. He's bad in.
See, I don't argue with them, like the kids, very much. I clash more with the son than the daughter. But like for argument,
my daughter's only 4, so I don't have that problem.
Oh,
not yet, anyway.
The second child's the worst. Like I've got to say.
Mine is. I'm not honest to God. My second eldest, my secking son, he's a terrible mate. Even in school, he's.
That's why I think it's just your second one's a little twat.
He's been back already, and he's had something like 190 behaviour points. Something already. He's like in school. Yeah, he's drastic. There's no need for it, mate. Every day I'm getting 2 or 3 phone calls. I just told him, I said, "What do you want me to do? There's not much you can do, mate. While he's in your care, you're gonna have to do something. I can't do nothing. He's in your control. What do you want me to do?"
See, my son's well behaved at school. Doesn't do that wrong.
My eldest is.
You find that, you do find that they'll go to school and be totally different.
Oh,
yeah.
But you know what it is? I've got 3 in high school, innit me? 2 of them are good. 1 of them's a pedal.
See, I was badly behaved at school, so I don't know. Like I was badly behaved at school and home. Where they're not.
Oh, but I was bad in school. I'm not gonna lie. I was bad in school, but I weren't bad at home.
See, you'll hear the way I swear all the time.
My brothers, I couldn't be bad at home.
My kids don't even swear, considering I swear in every fucking sentence I do, you know?
Yeah. My eldest is pretty bad for that. I tell him all the time, stop swearing.
Yeah. How old were your kids, Shuffs, when, like, you split up with your girlfriend?
Just last year, like. So, now basically 7 and 9.
So you've had a big part in, like, bringing them up then, haven't you?
Well, I was always there from day one. Like, I still get on well now, like, I was just over there. I can't tell there. She made me dinner for us.
It's good that you're still on reasonable terms, though, isn't it? It's good that.
I have them 4 nights a week, though. Like, we'll get on well. Like, my mother will have them if we want. Like, fucking.
Good that you can come to an arrangement like that, because a lot of people can't.
That's what I mean. I feel bad to some people when I hear some of the stories. You know, I'm thinking, fucking hell, I'm getting off lightly here, haven't I?
Yeah, I'm still with my missus. I've been with my missus 19 years. So.
Fuck, I didn't want another one, like.
Kids, me.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I've got me.
I don't mind going fucking
4 boys, 1 girl.
You know what it is, though? I said this before on another live, that, like, when I was at school, like, a long time, 30 years ago, I think there was only a handful of my mates out of all my mates who, like, were living with their own mum and dads, you know, like, the perfect family sort of thing.
Yeah, that mine weren't. My mum and dad split up when I was 5.
I always lived with my dad, mate.
My mum and dad worked together. Definitely not. My dad lived in Bristol and my mum lived in Manchester.
Fucking hell. See, I always lived with my dad, like, bar 1 year.
Yeah. I went to live with my for a couple of years when I was about 17. And then come back, because Bristol wasn't for me, man. I don't know. So we're not home in it. It's not what it is.
So I got my first flat when I was fucking 18, 19, I think. 19. No, it might have been 20. No, I was 20 when I got my first flat. Fuck me, that was just a party then.
How old was I when I left home? I think it was about 21. Bit old, mate.
Yeah, it is looking at it now. Do you think that is old for somebody leaving home?
My first was born 22.
This day and age now, you're getting them all 16, 17 leaving home, aren't you?
The way I live, that's right. Around here, kids are having like 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Are you chonging at this time in the morning already?
What?
Are you chonging already, or is that a sick that?
Oh, that won't be his first, Dan.
Fucking hell, man. I used to be like that. I'm knocked on the head now, but if I had to have one of them now, I wouldn't be able to see me dog, mate.
Do you know what it is, Dan? I think my tolerance is that fucking high, mate.
You're like my brother, You're like my brother. My brother needs a spliff like I need oxygen. Swear to God, he does.
See, I can't smoke that, mate. I've never ever been a stoner.
Listen, my brother's listening. He lives and breathes it, mate. Swear to God, shuffling. My brother can't go without it.
Fuck no, I can't do it. Like, I just didn't like the feeling.
I only knocked on the head about a year and a half ago.
Yeah, that's one thing about you, Shuffs, that, like, you don't smoke it as a host. A lot of the hosts smoke it like cigarettes, you know what I mean?
I'd rather get off me bonnet, like.
Hey, Moon.
What?
Do you have a smoke?
You know what, right? If I had a joint on the morning, I wouldn't be able to do anything all day. If I ever have a joint, it's before I go to bed.
See, I'd rather get off me bonnet.
Yeah, I could not function.
Home to Mrs. and 5 kids. Shuffling, I can't do that, mate.
Yeah.
And
I've got 3 days.
Out till 3 in the morning. Can't do it, man. I've done it before.
Don't
Try
do
out where your
drugs,
missus up, your
kids.
missus
They're
like,
bad.
Fuck off and go downstairs.
Yeah.
Don't do drugs. They're bad. Very bad.
Yeah.
Says you with a spliff in your hand.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I just said it, mate, because I was just thinking to myself, it doesn't look very good, does it, coming on a live and spliffing a joint while you're at work? But can I just
Have you
say,
just
if you're
noticed?
watching, right, it doesn't affect me. If it affected the way I worked, I wouldn't do it at work. I have one
I was the
joint at
same. I used to
dinner
smoke
time,
at work,
and that's it.
David. Even my boss used to say to me, "How the fuck can you smoke on that?" I say, "Because I've smoked it for that many years. It's more of a relaxant, not a fucking." You know what I mean?
You know, this is my only crutch at the minute. After knocking the methadone on the head, this is the last thing that I need to sort out.
So you
Weed.
keep on that.
Once
If that
that's
keeps
done.
you fucking sane for now, stay on it for a bit, mate.
But like
my
you
brother
said,
saying,
Dave,
I know it sounds stupid, but it keeps my brother saying, if my brother does not have a joint every day, oh my god, hell on earth, mate.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember. I can't remember fucking the last day I did.
And I'm not being horrible, Dave. A spliff's a lot better than methadone, isn't it? Really, come on.
Oh, 100%, mate. 100%.
Do you know what I mean?
It'll
So
be
you're doing well there, mate. To be honest,
it'll be legal in this country soon. I guarantee it.
Gotta be. Besides putting it to class A's and that bollocks, you can't put that in the same category as class A's. No chance.
But then again, honestly, if I compared the feeling of being off his tits or a joint, I'd say getting a joint's worse. But then you look at it from the other side, you will see it the other way.
Nah, because you know what it is with a joint?
Yeah.
You can blast at 25. You see when you start getting on a gram and a 0.5 not lasting you 5 minutes. Especially if you're out in a circle. So before you know it's 48 and then you're 160 quid down the drain.
You know what I did? I get a month and
who's got the
Is
feedback?
everyone else jumpy or just me?
Who's got
jumpy
the
as well.
feedback there? Dan, you've gone really quiet, mate.
I've gone quiet.
Oh, you're all right there now. Yeah,
That's
you're
fine,
all right
man.
now.
I was just away from the phone trying to sort this dog out, mate. The special thing.
Yeah, man, you're good. But Dave, you know what I'd say to that, Dave? When you said there, right, that how it doesn't affect you, you smoke it. So why do you smoke it then? If it doesn't affect
No,
you?
it affects me. It affects me, but not like it would other
to the
people.
point where he can't do nothing. It probably can relax
to the
him
point
and
where
keeps him calm.
I can't
and
do
stops.
it, mate.
Yeah.
Well, with my
See,
brother,
that's what
my
long
brother
term
more,
does,
it's
isn't
more
it?
for anxiety.
See, I don't know how anyone could drive on it. Like, nah, people who would drive on that and be normal. If I had that and drove, I'd crash into the wall.
I know loads of
but you
people that
can't
drive.
though.
I even know girls that smoke it and drive, mate.
Nah, I've never
Yeah, but you
drive
can't though,
on
Dave.
drive.
Dave, you know that if you got pulled up, Dave, and got swiped, you would probably fail it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you are.
I don't drive, mate.
Right. Well, I'll forget about you then. I'll use someone else's example.
I'm not gonna lie. That's one of the main reasons I don't drive, mate, because I like my weed too much.
Yeah, I mean nowadays, like you're fucked, aren't you? I mean, you have a joint on a night, and you get up on the morning, go to work, you get pulled up, and you fail it. You're fucked for a joint.
Would that still be in the system that long, like?
28 days.
I don't.
You know,
what do you reckon, Dad?
Last time I went to jail, you're not allowed a piss test in jail before 28 days, because then that gives you 4 weeks.
Yeah, that's blood stats because the weed stays in your system that long, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But surely you wouldn't feel a swab test or whatever after that long. Like you would surely only be half a day. Surely.
You'll fail it straight away. If you have a split, you'll fail a swab test straight away.
Fucking
hell. Last time I was in jail, I had a piss test after 6 weeks, yeah, and I was still positive for cannabis.
Yeah, you know what we used to do when we was in jail? Do you know how we used to get away with it, Dave? You know, half a Steroid tablet.
Yeah.
Remember Steroid that you clean your teeth with? Put it in a litre bottle of water, half a bottle of water, or a litre bottle of water, drink it and flush your system out.
You know, I used to
how do you get to find that out, Dan? How do you, like, what makes you think of doing that and thinking, oh, that might work?
It did fucking work, and I was in jail. It did work, mate.
You would be fucking surprised how inventive some prisoners are in jail, mate.
Hey, Moon, you should have seen how I used to get a light in jail. Hey, you should have seen how we used to get a light in jail. 2 pieces of, hey, a bit of shower gel on a spoon, 2 metal prongs in a plug socket, and a wick of tissue.
Okay, hell.
Honestly, God. Be amazing.
Unbelievable, man.
Toasties. Hey, we used to do toasties in a jail with an iron.
Honest to God, I'm not lying. I'm no bullshit. Ham and cheese on toast and put your iron on it and burn it.
Do you know? Do you know the power cord for like a normal FM radio?
Yeah.
A power cord that goes in the back on it. This is how we used to boil our water in jail. Yeah, we used to get a flask every night with hot water in. But
yeah, we used the same. We had to fill up 2 flasks at night, didn't you? You was allowed 2 flasks.
Yeah, we was only allowed 1 flask. So when that flask was gone, we'd take the cord out the back of the stereo, and do you know like the spring bits that hold the batteries in?
Yeah.
You used to get 2 of them. You used to roll them out, flatten them out, so there was lengthways.
Yeah, heat them up.
Stick them in the end of your plug.
Yeah, heat them up.
And stick out the back of your stereo. Yeah, listen to this. Put the plug in the wall, turn it on, and then dangle the bits of metal over the top of the plastic flask until it's oiled.
Yeah. It's all right when you do that until you blow your fucking landings electric, though.
I did that twice, Dan. I did that twice.
I did myself, mate. Fucking had to sit there and get it all out rapid. All the electrics gone in the landing because I blew the plug socket.
The old landing, everyone's banging the doors. Who's fucking done that?
My telly's gone off. Ah, shit.
Fucking
hell.
hell.
I'm in bed. It wasn't me.
Moon, you'd be amazing what they do in jail. I swear to God, it's amazing. Listen, that hooch as well that they make in jail. Fuck me, man.
What, does that still go on? Does that go on? They're making hooch in prisons.
I've made it. Do you know what you do? You get all your fruit and veg. We used to do. We used to get yeast from the kitchen, balls of yeast. Yeah, and drop it in with a bit of water and put it on your pipes to heat. But then you have to loosen the cap to let the air out, because otherwise the bottle will explode.
Okay. How long does that take to make?
About 7 days. Like fully clear for 7 days, and then oh my God, it is fucking rocket fuel.
I might try and make some, just for a laugh.
It's good, I swear. It's strong, though. Fuck me, is it? If you do it proper, wow.
See, do you know? Can you remember the old electric cables that used to they would run long lampposting? There used to be a big metal wire holding it up. We used to shake fuck out the one just over the field from where I live now, and they would all blow up, and you would see all the electric off in the street. Massive blue bangs out. Fucking mental.
Fuck that. I'm not killing myself if I touch one of them, in my look.
Lincoln Castle, it's got a massive mound around it. And you can climb up this big mound, and you can go on the flat bit at the top and walk around part of the castle, And when we was younger, they've got all these fucking floodlights facing up on the wall so you can see it in the dark. And me, like a fucking idiot, was all sat up there drinking. I smacked one of the back of these lights with this little metal pole, I swear to God, it shot me about 20 foot up the castle wall, and I landed on the floor in a fucking crumpled mess. Like,
That's why I don't fuck with electric. Only when I was in jail and it was desperate needs. Other than that, mate, I'm staying away from that shit.
Hey,
so do the screws and all that know that this is going on? They just turn a blind eye.
Listen, if they catch you, don't forget you get put in seg. Do you know what I mean? But it's if you get caught in it. Do you know what I mean? It just depends if you get caught. I lost my remote, that's because I was fucking stolen in jail, bastard.
I tell you what I did once, this is a funny one. I was ironing a shirt once, but the plug to the iron didn't have the outside fucking casing on it, so you could see the wires and that.
Yeah. Did you have to hand your card in to get the iron?
No, this was out here, Dan. And
right, what is it about in jail?
I turned the iron on. I ironed this shirt. Then without even thinking, without turning the plug off first, I've gone to grab the socket out the wall, haven't I?
Whoa,
oh my days!
Just the wire.
Oh my, Fuck me, mate. Fuck me.
Yeah, so you know,
some kid doing that in a dryer, mate. Started to fix the dryer, taking it apart and left it all plugged in and that. And literally, I seen him shoot against the room at the wall like something out of a film, mate. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Has anyone been tasered?
Staring for about 10 minutes, mate.
No, I've only ever been pepper sprayed.
Has anyone been tasered?
Yes.
No.
You have, Dave?
Yes.
Did it?
I've been CS gas though, like that Shuffling said, but off my own brother.
Oh, I got off the coppers after I had a fight with
my own brother, that's fucking nice, isn't it? My own brother CS gas me in my mum's house.
Oh, I have. My mate got a Thailand taser. And the bastard.
Oh no, I've not been tasered. Fuck that.
No. You bring it back as a torch, right?
Oh,
I've two little metal prongs.
I've never been tasered with one. No, loud.
And you screw them in the end, and then the work as a taser, and you put that on us.
And you screw the end off in it, Shuffling.
Aye.
And you screw the end off, and it's 2 prongs in the inside of it, isn't there?
Aye, and it turned into a taser or a torch.
Loud, mate, when you spark it up. It sounds like a
Yes, I forgot all about that bastard.
Yeah, I've never been.
He stuck it on my neck, that cunt.
Fuck that. Yeah,
so tasers, right? I've seen videos of like people being tasered and they haven't gone down though. How's that?
Because they're not.
True.
It depends on what voltage it is and that. It all depends on what voltage
on drugs normally.
Drugs, innit?
Yeah, that was like a shock. Especially
I've never
have like fired into you. None of them.
Aye, that was different to the one I got put on. As it was one I got
like
two little.
I know which one you're on about, Shuffling. Yours is like a hand.
Aye.
Them ones that you get shot in that they pierce your skin. I won't get what I'd get shot with one of them. No fucking way.
Nah, fuck that.
See,
pepper spray was bad enough.
Fall over sideways.
That fucking pepper spray, fuck that. I couldn't see
how long does that take to wear off like
shit anyway, so that
fucking hours and hours. The spray anyway, I stopped the lad from hitting the lass. I was going home with this lass and the lad tried to hit her. So I hit him and we walked to the taxis, the cop was turned up. So I was pissed. So the first thing I do was started fighting. They sprayed us and I ended up booting 3 of them in the face. And they'd sprayed us to death, man, and I couldn't see for fucking hours. And you rub your eyes and it makes it worse.
Yeah.
And that's going on for anyway, hours, so if I got pepper sprayed, I'd be fucked. I'd be finished, mate. Can't do spice at all, man. So fuck that. That'd kill me off.
You can't even breathe though. Well, it's not just your eyes. You kind of breathe from at the same time. Well, I've got me a DBS in the house with.
Up constant me when he had that.
Aye. The jacket that took off his man, I got back in a bag 6 months later or something, and I put it on, and you could still fucking. It was going up, blowing up. What was still on the jacket?
It where you could smell it.
If I could film me DBS, it's got where I saw the coppers on. That's the only thing I've ever really been done for. I got his tag.
Horrible, like that. I snapped mine off.
I didn't last mine like it.
Have you seen that Ministry of Madness? Have you seen any of his stuff in the last few days? He's been out mushroom picking.
I've never took them in my life, and I don't think
I haven't, Chuffs. I haven't.
Oh, hey, Moon.
I've never trusted them. Like
see, with mushrooms, you've got to be in the right atmosphere with the right people. You can't take them in the. If you're in the wrong scenario, in the wrong mood, in the wrong frame of mind, it's not a drug to take that.
What? But so you couldn't like take them
with the right people and the right frame of mind. You're having one of the best nights of your life, mate.
But you couldn't go out on them, like take them and go out.
No, could you fuck? No. No. You'd be seeing all sorts of fucking madness, mate. You couldn't. No.
So I've been picking. I've just never took them.
It's the trails as well, because you get trails, don't you? Like when you move your hands, like 7 of your hands will follow it, but all different colours. You know what I mean? So you imagine being in a nightclub and seeing all them fucking lights and all that shit. You'd be seeing all sorts of madness, mate. That's what I was getting off. And anyway, trails, you'll know what I mean, Dave. Have you had them?
What's that, mate?
Mushrooms.
Oh, yeah, don't.
You've got to be in the right frame of mind, the right atmosphere, haven't you, for them?
I can tell you a story about mushrooms, mate. Believe the first time I ever had them, I had about 150, right? We just
that's a lot, Dave. What the fuck was you trying to do? See space?
I was only 14.
Fucking hell, that's a lot. I had like 15.
Chopped them up and put them in a can of chicken soup, yeah, necked this soup after warming it up. About an hour later, I could not stop laughing. The giggles that you get.
After 150, I'm surprised you fucking weren't fucking, I don't even know, mate. That's a lot.
Yeah, but do you know what we ended up doing, Dan? In Lincoln, they've got a massive water tower. It's how big's the water tower? A couple of 100 feet high, isn't it? Easy. And it had scaffolding around it because there was sandblasting it to clean it.
Yeah.
So me and my mate climbed up this fucking scaffolding and sat on top of this 200-foot water tower.
How the fuck are you even climbing on them, mate?
Do you know what? We sat on the edge with the legs dangling over the edge of the water tower, yeah, watching the fair that was down the bottom end of town, smoking a joint.
Oh my God.
Unreal, mate.
I could never do that. I couldn't even climb. I couldn't even listen. When I was on them, I couldn't even listen to me. I was seeing all sorts of madness, mate. So I couldn't do anything, mate. I was in a big field, living Shaw Park with a few of us, around the fire and that, like in a few tents and that, off me fucking noodle I was. Seeing madness, all sorts of madness.
Do you know when I was 13?
Yeah.
I got caught on top of Lincoln Cathedral.
What, on them?
Actually, no, not on mushrooms. We just climbed up the scaffold. We climbed up the scaffolding just messing about, yeah, just to get onto the roof to look at the view. When the old bill come, we ended up fucking being chased across all these roofs. We sat in this windowsill on top of the cathedral for about 3 hours, refusing to come down. They had fucking ambulances. They had everyone there, mate. I felt a heart trap when they nicked me. Do you know what we got arrested for? you know them wind things, north, east, south, west?
Oh, we like the cockerels and that on it.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Well, there was one of them up there, and while we was getting chased, one of the lads fell. Yeah, one of the lads fell and it fucking bent it, and that's all we got done for.
Yeah.
Criminal damage.
They're heavy, them as well, you know. They're a lot bigger than what you think as well. You look at them up there, they're small, but when you got up there, they're fucking huge, man.
Made the Lincolnshire Echo and everything it did.
So what about
man attacked by cockerel?
What about DMT? What's DMT?
I know a kid who does DMT pens.
Someone about that the other day.
It's not for me, that.
Never heard of it.
I heard someone about it. Ayahuasca's the same. Not for me.
I tell you what is in this country now. By the kilo worth, crystal meth.
Is it?
Yeah. That shit either,
there was a arrest the other day somewhere in this country. They found like fucking 30 kilos. There was like 10 kilos of crystal meth, load of coke.
Oh, didn't you see that drug thing that was found the other day? Someone up here who I know got 24 year. There was two people I knew among it. One of them got 24 year and one got 5. Like being the kingpins of the County Durham.
Oh, I see that. It's on YouTube. I watch all that type of shit.
Aye, that was there from up here.
The big juice head, innit?
Aye, I used to do the Cage Warriors or something.
The ex-cage fighter.
I seen it the other day. He's a big monster.
Darren Towler, he's called.
Yeah, I was watching a thing.
That's the
one.
one.
All that shit, mate.
There was another one in the thing. There's one of the other ones.
What did he get caught? What to being done for?
Nah, he was just a drug kingpin. He was like
dealing coke, cannabis and stuff. But one of the ones who got caught only got 5 years. He used to be at the house next door to me.
That might have been it, you know. What I'm on about with the crystal meth.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were caught.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was something on that Gangster Times. It was either yesterday or the day before.
On there that are all right. That Gangster Time and that. See what's that Scar City Studios?
Yeah, I watch a little bit of that.
Yeah, he's good, him, you know. Swear to God, from Birmingham.
I was going to say Birmingham.
Yeah, he's a good guy. You know what I mean? I've known a few kids up there from Birmingham.
Every time I hear that Gangster Times' voice, I think Benji straight away for some reason. You know, MBTV.
Yeah.
He sounds so much like him. Big up, Benj.
Dan, have you seen how sunny it is again where Dave is?
Do you know what? It's pretty bright near me, you know, today. I'm not lying to you, it's pretty bright near me.
Dave, is that Butland's right near you?
Yeah, not far away.
We're going there in April. There's 30 of us going, like.
Going where?
Down to the Butlands, near where Dave is.
No, it's Skeggy, isn't it? Near where Dave lives.
Something like that.
Where do you live, Dave? Are you near Cleethorpes then?
Yeah, he is, yeah. Lincoln.
I was at Cleethorpes about 2-3 weeks ago on holiday for 4 days.
I got lost down there when I was about 18 on the big site.
Haven on Cleethorpes.
I'm probably about 40 minutes away from all them.
Yeah, literally where Fort Park is. I was literally across the road from that Fort Park.
Yeah.
That's where I was in a week. Well, about 2-3 weeks ago.
There's a load of us going to Butland.
Yeah, I'm going to Flamingo Land on Monday, like to meet the sea lion.
Is that still going?
Yeah, I'm going on Monday.
I thought even though it was still going. I'm not Gulliver's World and that. Do you remember them?
I haven't been to that one. I've been to Thorpe Park.
I'm away March next year. I'm going to Turkey for 14 days.
Nice.
See, I can't go anywhere this year. Like between there, the Ben's got it.
All my things are finished. I'm all right. I can leave the country. I've been allowed for a while now. So I'm going to Talia Ocean Resort in March the 1st for 14 days. What paid for it.
What do you do with your dog, Dan?
Fucking
when you go on holiday?
Listen to me. I swear to you, this is my dog. This is what he does on a regular basis. Fuck all. 1 sec. He does nothing. Watch this. He does now. That's what he does all day. That's it. He's no use nor ornament, mate.
Okay, now. So have you got someone to mind him though when you go away?
Yeah, my nephew watches him. Yeah, or my neighbour. Right. But my friend, obviously, I've got him, and my friend's got his sister.
How old are you, Dan?
It's 38.
6 years to me.
Yeah, so getting on.
I feel
it cost me $3,500, him.
That's the problem we've
It's
got
that.
now. Like, Dan, if we want to go anywhere, we've got to get the dog banded now. We're
But
like,
he's not too bad because he's only small. He'll fit in your pocket. Do you know what I mean?
Nutter.
He's tiny.
Indeed.
He'll fit in your pocket, but more or less he's only tiny, so he doesn't take up much space. But he's such a chilled dog and relaxed dog. He's no problems. Listen, he strains himself to bark. I'm not joking.
ours
dude,
doesn't
I'm not
bark
joking.
like.
If someone ever,
My male collie didn't bark.
if my house
Mad,
ever got
isn't it?
robbed, that cunt would help him carry the teller. Honest to God, listen. I'm not. He's too soft. He's not even got a good.
Look at that comment from Donald. Look, Smithers is like trolls, always on about his tales from the jail, then a snoring face. Look. You don't like it? Jog on. Simple as. The whole panel's talking about it, not just me. Fucking hell.
Hey, whoa, don't start putting me in them tails fucking thing. Yeah, I'm just joining. Don't start getting shouting at me.
Smithers getting grief there. Go on, Smithers, lad.
No, but then Dave, I'll on to Daddy as well. Come on, Daddy's in part of this. Go it, Dave. I'll take half of it. Come on, son. We'll both take
Did anyone? I know me and you did. Well, us three did. I don't know about Chuff. See Daryl's live last night.
I was on Daryl's live.
I don't think I did.
What did you think? Because I mean, it was like a roller coaster, wasn't it?
Hang on.
I love Daryl. Do you know why I love Daryl? Because Daryl says how it is. That's why I love Daryl going on Daryl's live. He says how it is.
Can I speak first on this subject? Because I
Yeah,
had a lot to say
go on,
in the chat
Dave.
last night about this.
Go on,
right?
Dave. Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
Daryl to bits. He's a fucking good lad, yeah. But the one thing that I don't agree with is him having Scott on, pissed up, encouraging him to fucking do stuff that's going to make him get evicted, mate. Do you know what I mean? He drinks a lot. He's got mental health issues. The last thing he needs is to be fucking homeless as well, yeah. And the way he's letting them rockets off out of his hand, them fireworks out of his hand toward people's windows and stuff like that. The first time he did it, the other night, his neighbour punched him through the window. So he's obviously got beef with the neighbours. Do you know what I mean?
The neighbour's daughter or something. I know I was there. I was on the live when it happened.
To keep doing it, it's only going to end in tears, isn't it? But
right, yeah, Dave. I was there as well. Dan was on the panel. I was watching. You were watching, Dave. I was with you on that one, Dave. But then when you think about it in hindsight, you look back and you think it's Daryl's show, yeah. Daryl's.
Yeah,
we all get on with Daryl
as a malicious thing. Is he's doing it for a bit of fun? He's not doing it as I don't think so. Anyway, I don't think he's doing it malicious to get Scott into trouble.
Do you know, like another point that I was trying to make was, yeah, how would Daryl feel? Would Daryl be able to cope with it on his conscience if one of them fireworks blew up in his hand and took his fingers off?
I do understand that, but in the other aspect as well, Dave, is Scott's a fully grown man, so do you know what? What can you do, really?
Yeah, I can respect that, Dan. I can respect that.
Do you understand what I mean? It's like me trying to tell you to not do something and you saying, well, yeah, fuck off, I'll do what I want. But obviously, that's how it is, isn't it?
Does he drink? Has he got learning difficulties just because
I think what it is, it's the drinking it. The drink's one of his demons, I think. I personally...
He's got brain damage, isn't he? He's got brain damage.
I think he's a good kid. But
right, there you go. That's what I thought. There was something not right.
Yeah.
I think
Shuffler, have you not seen this guy?
A demon for him, do you know what I mean? And I think that because when he's sober, have you met him when he's sober?
No, I've seen him. I have seen him
when he's sober. He's an actual good kid. I'm not lying to you. Scott's a good guy when he's sober. He actually is. He's not exactly.
I'm not putting him down.
No, I'm not
putting him down or slagging him off because I'm not, mate. Yeah. It's just more concern than out. Do you know what I mean? That's all it was.
Yeah.
When we said that, I love Daryl.
If you heard me say it to Scott, I said, "Watch, Scott. If you're going to start letting these off, don't start pointing it towards your neighbours because you had dramas last time," which is what I said to him.
Exactly, mate.
And when he let one off, I said, "Jesus Christ." And I heard him say, I said, your neighbour's going to start in a minute. And then literally, he put the phone down, you could hear him going mad.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? I even said to Daryl, I said, look what you've caused now. The cunt's going to be evicted by Monday.
Right. So, Dave, what was it that got you? Was it the fact that it was letting fireworks off in his hand or the fact that he was pissing his neighbours off?
Both, I think, mate.
Yeah, I've let fireworks off in my hands.
Yeah, I've done that, but not in a pissed up state of not, though.
I've done it like that. It's just
because I'm not. Did you watch the first one, Shuffling? He dropped
it
in his hand.
didn't he?
I did. That's the only one I've seen.
That's he dropped it in his hand and it blew up. He turned around and it was still lit. And it literally went bump in his hand. And I said, Scott,
he was too pissed to be holding them that day, like, because I was looking at him.
Pay attention to what you're doing because them things are dangerous, mate. They will blow your hand off.
I know a lad who lit the end of a fire. If you take a rocket to bits, it's in a part where the bit that takes off, and then there's the sparkle and then the bang. My mate took the bits, lit the bang bit, and it blew up in his hand.
Right, lads, I'm jumping off.
No, my work, yeah.
Nice
I'm jumping
one,
off.
Dan.
I'm going Costco with
These
the
fucking
missus.
lorries, we don't get a lorry
Yeah,
for
Dan.
weeks and
Nice
weeks.
one, Dan, lad.
Right, see you later. I'll see you later, Dave.
Yeah.
Later, bro.
Yeah,
See you
take care,
later,
Dan.
I'll see you later. Bye, 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 bye.
Yeah, so Dave, right? I know I could tell like you were a bit like pissed off about it, right? And like the fact that it just makes it a little bit awkward, doesn't it? Because we're all mates with Darryl, like good mates as well. You know what I mean? And the way I looked at it, in hindsight, I look back today and I just thought to myself, it's Darryl's channel. It's up to him what he does on it. But he did allow your opinion in that, didn't he?
Yeah, I respect that, mate. I love Darryl to bits. He knows that, and I know that. Everyone knows that. Do you know what I mean? I've got a lot of respect and time for Darryl. It's my first ever sub, mate. Do you know what I mean? I've got all the time with him. I see him offline sometimes.
Yeah.
It was pissed off, mate. I think it was more concerned than anything. That's what it was. Me showing my fucking soft side, mate.
Yeah. It was a good live though in the end. Like it sort of was up and down, wasn't it? Like, does anyone in the chat know Armchair Arthur? He didn't realise that Armchair Arthur. He didn't know who he was, did he? And I was trying to say in the chat, Darryl, let him on, he's folly. But he missed a trick there with him because I've looked back on his channel today and he's only been on one live panel, you know, that was Masters. Are you there, Shuffs?
I'm still there, aye.
Dave, you think Dave's breaking up? Shuffle, have you seen this Armchair Arthur?
Couldn't tell you who he is, mate. Couldn't tell you.
Mate. That's what I mean. He's like... What?
I didn't enjoy seeing Emma upset last night. That was a bit sad. Listening to Emma being upset.
Wasn't it mad? Wasn't it mad the way it went? Like the whole, like the live. It's just the beauty of the live, isn't it? It turned on its head.
Yeah. I enjoy it when it's like that though, because you're not constantly talking about the same thing. You know what I mean? So you don't get bored of what you're talking about. But Emma's amazing, mate. Emma's amazing.
Yeah, well, she's doing the 20 questions, isn't she, with Zeus?
Yeah, I'm looking forward
to
that. Mate,
it
takes a fucking lot. It takes a lot, you know, to work in mental health for 24 years. Just on the tail of the wife called them and tells me they get attacked, get thrown, get spat at. You're constantly looking at the back. You're not 24 years. 24 years.
Dave, your signal's terrible, mate. You need to go and sit back on the toilet, I think. I don't know where you're walking about there. Yeah, what were you saying about Emma, Dave? Couldn't hear you there.
I said,
whoa, break it up. Break it up, fella.
I'm going to go, mate.
Yeah, no worries, mate. I think you do need to get some work done, but I'm sure you were in Tenerife or something there with that blue sky, mate. You were not in Lincoln.
Look at it.
Bloody hell, look at it. Look at it. It's cloudy as hell where I am.
That's the thing, though, Moon. It'll be like this for today, and then it'll rain for the next 3 days.
Yeah. It's mad, isn't it? How you go 100 mile up the road and it's bloody horrible, mate. Honestly, all the time up here. Terrible.
Oh, I've got that fucking lorry to unload now, look.
Yeah, I think you've gone over your break there, like, fella. So when you're getting into trouble, you know what I mean?
Later.
Yeah, catch you later, Dave. Nice one, mate.
Big nice one. Take care, mate. Cheers, chat.
Yeah, man. Nice one. Right, guys. We'll get back to talking to the chat now because I know, like, I don't like it when I miss all the chat. Let's have a look who's in. We've got Mick in from last night. How we doing, Mick? Mick's getting a regular there on the panels. Distat. All the way from sunny Cyprus. Benji's in there. I haven't seen any of Benji's comments today, but I'm sure he's letting off a bit of steam there. Yeah, it was good, wasn't it? Just that, like, it's the crazy Daryl's lives. That's what I like about them. They go from Z like 5 to 10 only in like in a heartbeat, you know. Crazy, man. Mermaids in there. Slim Reaper, how you doing, my mate? Nutter. 5th of November, we'll be around Nutters for the bonfire firework extravaganza. Mrs. Moon, working hard there today. Keeping an eye on the chat. Old D. The Fishman. Boss Dog. Got any problems with your plumbing? Get on to Boss Dog there, people. UK Don. Wow, UK Don. Thumbs up for Smithers. Wow. Nice to see you being positive there, UK Don fella. Donna there. How we doing, Donna? Strange seeing you through the day, Donna. You're normally a bit of a night owl. Yeah, so we've had a bit of a mixture there, haven't we? Live follower there, popping in, showing us the photo with the seal there. Hopefully, we'll be showing you some photos of the moons with that. Are the seals or sea lions, Aldi? I'm not sure I really know the difference. I know they've both got massive whiskers and that, haven't they? But like I said before, Aldi, if you ever want to come on for a chat, mate, I'm sure you've got some cracking stories from there. Monk's in the house there, gone back to work today. Big up the Monk. I'm not sure whether I'm not sure how long it'd take, Monk, before I got bored of being off work. You know, I was somebody who's worked all their life. I do enjoy, obviously, I enjoy holidays and time off. But you know, people often say, "Oh, I'd get fed up if I wasn't working," and I'd get bored. But you got bored after about 3 days, mate. I think it'd take me a little bit longer. Well, I suppose it depends as well. If it was winter and I couldn't go out the house or whatever, I'd probably rather be at work. But in the summer, yeah, give me the summer off every year. That'll do me. Sea lion, sorry, Aldi, mate. Sorry about that there, brother. 6 days, Monk. You're still doing the plastering, like, Monk? He's a bit of a jack of all trades, aren't you? But I think it was plastering you were doing last time. Tell you what, I'm doing this off my mobile, off my phone today, because I don't trust my laptop anymore. But when you're doing it off your phone and you've got the world's worst charger wire, I'm having to hold it in with my bloody finger. Up the borough.
Hey,
Up the borough, fella.
up the fucking borough. I can swear on your chat, I can't on mine.
Yeah, I'll allow a bit of swearing there, mate.
X-ray.
Not as the you've been doing a few lives, haven't you, lately, mate? Mixing it up a bit.
Yeah, on a night when Mrs. Nutter, me and the double act.
Yeah, man. So
Something different.
what's brought all this on then? Changing the times and stuff.
I always wanted to do a morning live at 6:30 and then at 6:30 live at tea time, but I didn't have nowhere to sit. My shed was full of crap.
Right.
So I've sorted the shed out now. I've got a light in there. Like you say, we were decorating the front room.
I tell you what, right, Moon, he's fucking moving in that shed.
I can't wait. Can't wait till I live there. It's going to be amazing.
He lives in there, should do.
Yeah, but now we're decorating. I've been sneaking a sneaky fag in here on a night when the kids are upstairs. I know I shouldn't, but it's getting painted over in a couple of days, so it won't make no difference.
Nutter, is it a shed or because it looks like brick to me? Is it a brick shed or wood?
Yeah, man, it's got a concrete. Sea lions don't eat penguins.
No.
Yeah, it's got a concrete roof and brick walls.
I was going to say, because wood, you'd have burnt it by now, wouldn't you?
If it was made of wood, it'd have been right up in flames by now. It'd have been tucked down. I keep eyeing next door fence up saying, I don't need that.
No, you're not. Don't even bother yourself.
We don't need a back. We really. I mean, it's not like anybody's going to move to our garden anyway. They know I live here.
Are you getting a good Wi-Fi connection in there then?
Well, today, Moon, I have just gone and bought. I've got Wi-Fi and all that. I've just gone and bought. What did
Christmas, happy Christmas.
Something like 100 glow stick bracelets. No, for everybody at the party, so we don't lose in the dark. You know.
Oh, nice.
As well, so people can see her.
Yeah. So we've got the disco light ready. My Wi-Fi. So, yeah,
can't wait, mate.
10. Get rid of the kids out the way first. No, I don't be sticking my kids up.
Yeah, man. Can't wait. Who else is going then? Who else are we going to meet?
You're going to meet Lady Flat Capper and her sister Anne. Mr. and Mrs. taking our rights back. What's his name? Lucy. Lucy's coming all the way from. Where's he coming from? Milton Keynes or wherever it is.
Milton Keynes. Wow.
Lordy.
Oh, Lordy may be coming, yeah.
Oh, Lordy there. Yeah, nice one.
The normal butter crowd.
I only found out yesterday from being in a chat that Tobbs is from Middlesbrough.
Yeah, man, I met taking our rights back, Tobbs. I met him second day of secondary school. We were in the same special needs class together.
Mate, I didn't know he was from Borough.
Yeah, same age as me. Pally Park he's from, but he doesn't live there no more.
Yeah, just like because I'd never heard his voice before, but he was on. Where did he hear his voice? Like, was he on a panel the other day or something?
I think he went on Sparky's the other day, didn't he? He was saying to me in a text anyway.
Yeah, because his Borough accent's stronger than yours, mate.
Yeah, man, it's Pally Parker, isn't he?
Yeah, like he stands out a man. I thought, is that Tobbs? I didn't realise he was from Borough, mate, but yeah.
Well, and all that.
You're joking, aren't you?
Joking, man.
I'm going to watch all them again, me. Borough Tintins. Beauty.
Well, I'm on yours. Have you got your community page yet?
No, not far off, mate. Getting there.
Share them on your page for other people to see.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Here, Smithers is catching me up now, not there?
I think Smithers has overtook me, Annie. How much you were?
Smithers is like just short of 400 now. Been putting up shots of his dog and that, and he's getting subs off every day, you know.
Well, I bought some new fish today, so I'm definitely going to sort some shorts out with my fish. That's about it.
This cost us how much?
I know.
£80 for free fish.
Yep, £80 fish. Yeah, but they are proper high grade ones. Like,
they're gorgeous though. They're better than the other ones.
Can you just put them in? Can you just put them in with the others? Do they all get on in that?
Yeah. Just make sure the water's at right temperature and that, and just put them in.
Because isn't there some fish that eat other ones?
Yeah, but these are all female fighters, so they're pretty chilled. If there was a male in there, they'd have a fight. And if there was two males in there, they'd fight to the death. But
those two males
don't bother.
Do they have babies of that as well? Because I remember ours, we had guppies. Remember them? The little guppies.
Yeah. I've had guppies.
always having babies, but they used to just get et.
Dear Moon, look. There's a new
Well,
one
that's a
there.
beauty. That's like Finding Nemo. That.
Exactly. Then we've got this one here, a bit more than Finding Nemo.
What are these? Your new ones? Have you put them into the new ones?
Yeah. And I've got a few more Dumbo ones with big long tails, but.
So what are them two of the ones that you've just paid £80 for?
Yeah, I paid £80 for free. But like I said, I breed fish and what have you. And it's not just spending 80 quid.
Where did you get them? Where did you get them from, Nutter?
Teesside Koi and Aquatics at where do we go? What's it called?
Simply Aquatics.
Yeah, where's that for?
It's over Portrack
Lane, yeah, that's the one.
And is it still quite a popular thing then? Keeping tropical fish?
I can imagine so, yeah. I think it's one of them things, isn't it? A lot of people get new fish tanks in the winter and then they get ponds in the summer. People who into fish. But I've always had fish tanks since I was about 14.
Yeah, because we used to have one. I thought it was a bit of a fad, you know, like from like the 80s and 90s. Like everyone had a fish tank, didn't they? And then like you don't see many of them now.
But I think people think they're hard to look after, but they're not. They're hard to set up and get going. And once they set up and get going and everything's working all right, then they're not hard to look after.
Yeah, because remember, I was like, you get that algae stuff on them, don't you? And do you have to clean them a lot?
Well, no, because I breed fish that eat algae, so I sometimes have to encourage algae to actually grow in my tank by a little bit of overfeeding and stuff, or taking maybe a few fish out or something like that for a bit.
No, shows that blue one again, mate. That was a beauty. That.
See if I can see it.
That was just like Finding Nemo. It didn't look real, man. Colours of beauty on that.
That's a red and white one. There's a blue and yellow one. There's
check that out, man. Jesus.
Yeah, it's
that's mad, that like.
But yeah, you never used to be able to get fish like that. You couldn't buy fish that looked that colour. You don't want to blow them. Oh, yeah.
It's a beauty, that. And do they live long then?
About 5 years.
Yeah.
About 5 years.
I bet you've got names for them, haven't you? I bet you've got names for them.
No, there's only one in the tank that's got a name. It's called Butter Blessing because Emily Blessing said it's their favourite thing. And it's also
my favourite, so I picked that one. Pet shop and called it Butter.
Yeah, so it's now called Butter Blessing. Apart from that, they just call fish, and a few shrimp.
Quality that. Did you see live follower on earlier on, Nutter? She's jealous because I told her we were going to meet the sea lions on Monday. Apparently,
why are you going and not me?
Sheekovich?
Well, yeah, you've got to have a word with Mrs. Moon about that. She booked the tickets. She sorted
what I'm going to do, I'm going to check Marvin, and when you get there, he's going to fill you in. Check my mate Marvin. When you're going to get chucked in the pond by Aldi. I bet you don't swim. I'll put it in a headlock.
So what did he let you do, Nutter? Did you get to shake the sea lion's hand and that? And what?
Well,
he decided to get it in a headlock where I could rip you freaking.
Now you only give it a cuddle, you know what I mean? But he just said, "Oh, stroke it," arm straight over me. Oh my God, it's a fucking sea lion. I was quite chuffed.
I wasn't there. I was dying.
It loved me. It couldn't keep trying to kiss me.
So is Marvin? That's the star of the show, is it, Marvin?
He's the friendly one. The other one will just try and.
It used to be Clive, but Clive died.
Oh, remember Clark? Yeah, last time I was there, nightmare.
That one's dead, but Marvin's friendly, and then he has a friend that's not very friendly. You can't stroke his head.
Yeah, so I think he's there now. He said he's in the chat now. He's just done a show, I think.
Oh, I'm going to be in the show next time I go. He needs to give me a mic, you know what I mean? Be class.
Yeah, does he get people out the crowd and that?
No, but he could do if I was just pretending to be in the crowd, like a ringer. Then I get up, throw my flat cap.
Monday?
Yeah.
My mum will be
there your mum's going Monday. I wouldn't have went Monday. Bad week next week, It's the last week. It's packed.
No, it's the only day we can go because I'm working. Like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then I think it's closing, isn't it?
Yeah,
closing,
it's also last week is the one. Have you heard of that family fund where the people, kids with special needs and stuff like that, they get a free holiday?
Right.
It's that is the holiday for Flamingo Land, so it's always packed full of people with wheelchairs and the queues are longer and stuff.
All right. Oh well. I'm quite glad in a way, because it means that, you know, when you said that it was that quiet when you were there, you could just get on everything straight away.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I'm going to be on roller coasters all day long here, but if you have to queue, it means I won't have to go on them as many times.
Well, that was the same. Like we were getting off and taking our rights back, going, "Come on, just stay on," and we're going again. I was, "Are you fucking mad? What's wrong with you?" I don't like going on them. He's like, "Well, if you're terrified and you don't like going on them, you don't have to, do you? Do you think I'm going to let you do something and me not do it? I ain't no pussy."
Exactly, that's the thing. It's exactly what I said. When you've got the kids staring at you, saying, you're not going on it."
Yeah, you're not going on.
Kamali.
I don't like any of them. None of them. I like the teacups. You'll just be able to sit there. You know what I mean?
I like the teacup because you go around like a hero with your arms out and everything.
No, the ego.
That
You don't.
Kamali thing, is that the big one? There's a new one though after that, isn't there?
The new one's called Sick or something, or Slick. But it's pretty good. Like you go through tunnels and it rains on you,
And the
which is
Mumbo
ridiculous.
Jumbo's good as well. The Mumbo Jumbo's a black and orange ride.
Can't wait till you get your own StreamYards and start going on panels. Shit,
I'm not
kid.
going on panels.
Know what I mean, Mo?
I don't do panels. I do yacht.
Like I've got two fucking heads.
Keep going in your
And only one of them knows how to shut up.
So with it getting colder now, not like you'd be getting wrapped up in this shed, won't you, on the morning? And what are you going to have in there?
I've got an heater in there now. I've rigged up an old fish tank light as my light, so I'm illuminated the lot. I'm no more candles. I was getting worried about the candles because I've got like 250 shot fucking fireworks in there, and I don't want to be, blow myself to smithers. Well, not Dave Smithers, but smithereens. Do you know what I mean?
My last show much busier next week, Moon.
Oh, 250! Wow, that is going to be busy, isn't it?
Busier
Yeah, next week there'll be chocker. There'll be people standing on the sides and everything to have a look. Not me if I went, because I'd be start the show. You know what I mean? Swim with them and everything.
Any tips, Oldie, this week? Drop them in the chat for us. Like, there must be a few little tips that you can give us for sneaking on rides quicker, or...
Don't buy any food while you're there. It's mega expensive. Also, if you want to get on a ride first, you go at the queue, right? You give it like this, Moon. You go, "Oh, you can't see me." You can see the other thing. You go, "Excuse me, I've just left my son at the front. Excuse me, my son's just up here. Excuse me, my son's just..." And then when you get to the front of the queue, you just say, "Oh, my son wasn't even in the fucking queue. I might as well go on it. Nice one." That's what I do, bud. I say, I'm with him.
I'm just going to go at the front and say, I know Nutter. He said I can get straight to the front.
Yeah, tell him, he said, pushing queues a lot. Really, if I went, you could probably get there as my carer, probably. You'd get on for me. But yeah, I can actually get free bands with me being a carer for my daughter. You can go and get a free band for you and the person you care for when it's open. Yeah, you just got to take in a letter to prove that you're a carer.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Like,
fun. Like I say, Monday might be as well, because then again, all they start on a Saturday, don't they? They go on the Saturday.
Some go on Saturday, Sunday. My mum's going Monday.
Yeah.
And then she comes home the following Monday.
But it might be. It might be all right. But yeah, it's a packed week next week.
I could go if it's like on my mum's holiday.
Because it's quite a good, quite a good little park, isn't it? Like you have statics and all that there, don't the caravans and everything.
We've been a few hours, yeah. But we always used to go every year at this week, because our last sister's birthday is the 30th, and like I say, they get a free holiday. We didn't, but they get a free holiday. So yeah, that's when we used to always go. But it's too cold, man. It's too cold to be kipping in a caravan this time of the year. You know what I mean? Be at home.
Mrs. Moon said she would pass as my carer.
Oh, 100. Well, I was asked in my live the other night. I can't remember who it was, but someone was like, "Right, so you were definitely Fly Me to the Moon's brother then?" No. Then they said, "You look like my father, cheek. I'm not that ugly." Jesus. That's so.
Yeah, I'm going to put my cam on. Guess what I've got. Guess what I'm sporting today, mate. You won't believe it. Hang on. Take my jumper out.
Yeah. What's that say?
It's only a Christmas jumper.
That's terrible. That's terrible behaviour in October.
Come for the Christmas jumper.
Oh, I don't got a Christmas jumper on. No.
See, look, he's got that. Like I say, said no, and then Mrs. Moon was like, "Well, but me and Mrs. Nutt could be sisters. We do have pink hair." Confusing.
Yeah, could we pass as brothers there? Like you reckon? Or what?
Maybe your dad. Maybe your cousin. How old
Let's put him back on, mate. Let's turn our cams off. Back off.
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't know what made me pick the Christmas jumper out today, you know. Like
shite. Don't put Christmas jumpers on.
We've got a guest. Sorry, mate. How long have you been there?
About 5 seconds.
Oh, great stuff.
How
are you doing, mate?
Good? I'm all right,
yeah,
mate.
Man. Yeah, mate. Are you enjoying the show, like?
Yeah, mate. It's always nice to hear some light-hearted banter, eh? And there's good chat as well. Good people in the chat.
Hey, Monk, isn't it weird, mate, how, like everyone, I've said it before, that Monk's was the first live panel I ever went on, and do you remember how nervous I was, Monk?
I remember, mate. I reckon you were sat in your van, I reckon.
Yeah, I was in the car park at work. I was on night shift, and I've been wanting to go on lives for ages, and, like, I just thought, right, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And,
no, I remember, mate. There were some good lives at the beginning, weren't they? Some good laughs.
You know what, mate? I think that was probably one of your first ones. You'd only just started doing them, hadn't you?
Yeah, probably. I think it was, mate, to be fair. I think it was one of the first anyway. Definitely one of the first.
Yeah, man. So you don't do that many now, do you? Do you miss them, or?
I'll be honest with you, mate. I started doing them this week, didn't I? Because I was so bored doing fuck all at home. But you know what it is, right? I was told when I had that thing that happened to me last week that I'd have a phone call in 2 days with an appointment. And I'm still sat here 9 days later. I've got no phone call. And I just thought yesterday, do you know what? I could fucking sit here for 3-4 weeks and have nothing, like my life on the whole, just for a phone call. So, you know, what will be, mate. If I'm going to have another seizure, I'll have it at work or at home. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is.
I mean, life goes on. How do they expect you? They can't just, like, take your license away and that, and they expect you to just live, especially what the world's going through at the minute, or this country. Where are you supposed to get your money from?
Oh, don't get me wrong. I had loads of people in my ear. Oh, you'll get this if you go for this. You'll get this, and I'm not like that, mate. I could not sit at home ill on benefits, mate. I'd lose it. I can't. I'm restless, bro. Even when I'm chilled out, I'm restless. If that makes sense. Like, even if I'm watching telly, I'll still be twiddling with my thumbs. Like, I don't know. Oh, there's a magazine there. Pick it up, flick through it. I was like it at school. Do you know what I mean? One of them kids that could never sit still. And I'm just restless, mate. And so yesterday I just thought, you know what? I can get the phone call at work, can't I? So I just went to work.
The thing is, though, Monk, right? What about this then? Say you went back a few months when you were doing your lives all the time. Yeah. I remember one of your reasons for stopping was that you couldn't really put much time into it.
Nah. And that's another thing. If you're going to do lives and be consistent, and build a platform, you have to be regular, on time. Like, if you remember, I'd done my lives, I think it was 7 o'clock. I think of an evening. An evening, Matty from the cesspit would come in because he'd say it was the opposite to the cesspit. And I was consistent. But what happens is, I mean, I've noticed it with a lot of channels, a lot of good channels. I go in now and I'm like, wow, fuck me, man. The numbers are low. But then I realise it's because it's consistency. It's you know, are you really going to put all your effort into YouTube, or is there more important things? And for me, mate, listen, YouTube never did give me a penny. So, you know, it's a no-brainer, mate. My effort goes into work first, and then this is just fun, you know. It's good to chat. It was good last week when I was off work, mate, because I was so bored I was able to speak to people, do you know what I mean? Because I was just sat at home on my own, flicking my fingers.
Yeah. So is it the plastering you're still doing?
Yes, mate, yeah. I had a nice, easy job today. Just had to go in with my mate and strip 5 walls, which was quite easy. Nice and easy. We've done all that. That's done. Hoovered up. And then we're going tomorrow, cover everything up. plaster it with PVA glue a few times, let that go off, and then get skimming, mate.
So this seizure that happened to you, Monk, are you saying that you had no inkling, you didn't feel ill or anything?
Bro, I've never had. Listen, when I turned 40 a few years ago, I went to the doctors. You get them MOT, you get a letter, yeah, saying, "Oh, you've reached a milestone in your age. You're now eligible for a MOT," and it's basically a middle-age MOT. They give me one of them. They said I was fit. I've been fit. I play football, as everybody knows. I'm a wimp, so there's nothing on me. I'm a skinny old thing. I'm not fat or obese, or there's nothing wrong. And I woke up last Monday. The kids are all getting ready for school. It's about 7:15, 7 o'clock, something like that. Kids are all getting ready for school. I'm downstairs in the kitchen. I always flick the kettle on, roll myself a roll up, and I'll go in the garden, have my fag and my coffee. And I'm in the kitchen. I flick the kettle. I'm rolling my cigarette. My wife's in the downstairs toilet, and we're talking, to each other from the rooms. And that's all I remember. Yeah, is stood at the counter, rolling a roll up, talk to my wife, but my wife said she heard a massive crash, and was like, "What the fuck is he doing in there?" Like, I thought I was going through the cupboards or something. I don't know what she thought, but anyway, she had a massive crash. Came in the room, and I was on the floor, eyes wide open, like proper wide open, and all rigid, like very rigid, and just making some fucked up noise, bro. So she knew I hadn't just passed out. Because obviously if you pass out, you're floppy, aren't you? You put them in a recovery position, but she couldn't even do that. She couldn't put me in no position, but she didn't know at the time I was obviously having a seizure.
So then what happened? Like, what did she know what to do there, or was she shocked? Obviously,
I think it was a bit. Yeah, I think she was obviously in shock, bro. But I think it's a bit mayhem. The kids, the little ones were screaming. They didn't know what was going on. Obviously, bless them, they saw it. She got them to school. I literally, when I come round, she said it took about 2-3 minutes for me to come round. And that whole time I was just rigid, just completely rigid. Just, and she said, when I came round, I crawled. She said I didn't even stand up. She said I just said to her, I got to get up to bed. And she said I just crawled through the kitchen, the hallway, up the stairs, got into bed. I screamed at her to bring us a bowl, apparently. I can't remember none of this, but I screamed at her to bring me a bowl. She brought me a bowl up. I was violently sick, and then I was gone for like 6 hours. And then when I woke up, my wife was like, "You got to phone, we need to phone, like, 111 or something." And I was like, no, it's all right. You know what it's smelling like, bro? No, it's all right, fucking blah, blah. And I kept saying, no. And then she made me, I went up to the hospital, they give me blood test, blood pressure, hearts, CT scan. They found everything was cool. They found a slight shadow on the brain, but they don't know whether that's from a previous injury or whether part or something didn't grow or whatever. So here I am sat here waiting for the first fit clinic. They've took my license, bro. That's the worst thing. They took my driver's license.
When at what point did you start mentioning your license? When you went to the hospital?
As soon as you go to the hospital, bro, if you have a fit, like even if you had a fit tomorrow, yeah, a seizure, where you didn't know what the fuck happened, just out of nowhere, and you go to the hospital, they will take your license off you. Yeah, they don't take it off you. They basically, what they do is they say to you, you cannot drive. Yeah, and then what happens is I go, yeah, okay, I can't drive. I get in my car thinking, oh, the doctor just told me I can't drive. I have an accident, or God forbid, I have another seizure while I'm in the car. I'm not insured because it's up on the data, and also the doctor will write a letter to DVLA and tell them.
Right? Yeah. I get you now.
That's the bastard about it, bro. They took my license, mate.
So in a way, Monk, right, it was good that your wife was there, though, wasn't it? Because imagine what could have been different if she wasn't there. You might have banged your head or something. You know what I mean?
I did, bro. I did bang my head. I had a cut on the back of my head. So I don't know how it happened. Where I was found right at the back door, and we've got like an old stone flagstone step going out into the back garden, and it's a little raised up from the kitchen floor. And I was found with my head on that. I hit my head actually on this flagstone step. Well, that's about 3-4 steps away from the counter. So something must have happened in between that, and I've stumbled back and then fell, because there's no way I could have fell from the counter where I was rolling a cigarette and then fall to where I was. So the doctors didn't know whether I maybe did have a blackout, but then I've hit my head and that's caused a seizure, or I've just had a straight up seizure. So at the moment, yeah, it's all up in the air, bro.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, honestly, bro, I've always took life for granted. I'm one of them people. I'm a daredevil. Like, you know, if I ain't got my kids in my car, I drive like I'm 19 again. You know what I mean? I'm a bit of a thrill seeker, yeah. And it scared me.
What? Yeah,
it scared me, mate. I'll be honest with you, mate. It honestly scared me. It made me look really like fucking hell. Like, I'm getting old.
Yeah,
I'm getting old. And do you know what? It reminds me something my gran said before she passed away at 92. She said to me, Ben, she said, in my head now, I can get up out of this chair, skip down the hallway, down the stairs, and do whatever I want. She said, but my body just won't let me. It's too old. It's too old. Yeah. She said, but in my head, I'm 18 still. And I guess we're all like that. In our head, we're still invincible, you know, even though we take life a little bit more cautious. In the back of our heads, we're still them, you know. But yeah, it's definitely made me think, mate. Definitely made me even more
I'm
think.
50 in a few months, right? 50-year-old, and I have to stop and think, fucking hell, mate, you're 50-year-old. Like, I go on panels, and I was on Daryl's panel the other night. There was 5 of us there, and I took a step back and I thought, I'm the oldest one on here, but I felt like the youngest.
Yeah,
it was weird, like 50-year-old, but
mean,
we're at the age now where we got to start feeling for lumps and shit like that, haven't you?
Yeah, defo, mate. I had some bad news yesterday. My nephew rang me up to wish me happy birthday, and I'd seen his dad. My sister and his dad live in France, and they'd come over about a month ago, and he turned up at my house, man, and he looked skinny as fuck. And I was like, what's the matter with you? And he was like, oh, I'm having tests and this and that, and I've got this thing on my face and blah blah. And then, like I say, my nephew rang me up yesterday to wish me happy birthday and told me that my brother-in-law had cancer, and it's like pretty deep. So it's just mad, mate. And he's only 54, mate. You know, like you say, we got to check up on our shit. We've got to touch ourselves up more, man. Feel ourselves for lumps.
Did you have any COVID jabs, Bob? Did you have any jabs?
Yes, bro.
How many? All of them, or
2? I had 2.
Because I've heard funny things, right? Like I was sat next to somebody. We went out for a meal a couple of weeks ago, me and Mrs. Moon, and we were sat with a group of people, and I picked the menu up, and I was sat next to one of my friend's wives, and I picked the menu up, and they could hell read it, right? Now my eyesight has gone in the last year, mate. I'm telling you.
Well, do you know what? When I told my friend about me passing out with a seizure, he was like, yeah, you had the COVID jobs, didn't you? And I was like, oh, here we go, one of these people. And he's like, no, he said, didn't you hear about so-and-so, a friend of ours? I was like, no. And he said, he passed out. And I'm thinking, well, fuck me, he's fit as a fiddle, like. And he said, yeah. He went to the hospital. His heart, apparently your heart is roughly around 5 centimeters. Yeah. Everybody's heart is roughly about 5 centimeters. His was 8 centimeters. And where it had stretched and grown so much, it had burst one of the valves. Yeah, he's probably 2 years older than me, bro. He's got to go in for heart surgery. He's got to be cut open down the chest and have heart surgery. And there's a big thing about they're saying that the vaccine caused that.
Yeah. Well, I'd never even thought about it until this woman next to me said she was exactly the same, and she said, I think it's since I've had my 3 jabs. And it never even crossed my mind, but my eyesight's always been brilliant. But I can't hardly read a newspaper. I couldn't read a newspaper now, but I could a year ago.
Yeah, I know, mate. It's crazy what you could go into, couldn't it, and start dissecting and saying, is it this, is it that?
Yeah.
I used to love all that conspiracy stuff and be into it, and I kind of come out of it because it actually sent me a bit. I was like, I don't want to know this anymore. It's too much. Like, you can't change nothing. What? Do you know what I mean? So I come away from it, but I don't know, man. There's a few things happening and you just think, fucking hell, what?
They're trying to give you another one, and there I've been getting texts saying your 4th jab's ready, and I'm like, I'm not getting no more of them.
I've been getting them because I'm asthmatic, so I've been getting texts to get my flu jab for the winter and a booster, but I ain't getting none of them, mate. I ain't getting none of them.
Yeah, I mean the flu jab. I have had one of them before. I mean they're been about for a long time, haven't they? But these COVID jabs, no one knows what's in them, man.
No, do you know what? The only reason I got my COVID jab, the only reason I was dead against it, and my dad obviously being an American, working for the government, yeah, high up and stuff, yeah. He turned around to me and was like, "Yeah, take the COVID jab, take the COVID jab." And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, take the COVID jab." He said, "You can fly, you can do everything." I'm thinking, yeah, well, I can't not fly, so I'm taking the COVID jab. That's the only reason I took the fucking thing, mate. And then I don't even really think that COVID passport thing even come out, did it really?
No.
But that's the only reason I took it, because they actually had me worrying that if I didn't take it, I wouldn't be able to leave the country. And I was like, no, that's not happening.
I'm getting tortured here in the chat there. Mrs. Moon telling everyone, did you see my Christmas jumper there, Monk?
I did, mate. Yeah, it's a bit early, isn't it, bro? Come on.
Well, I was going to say to you,
you'll be doing a live tomorrow, your Christmas tree in the background, won't you?
When do you start? When do the monks start thinking about Christmas?
Oh, done. My wife, she's a nutter for it. It's probably 1st of December now, you know. Around that time, mate.
Yeah.
And even then, that's too much. She'd put them up in November. Honestly, she'd put them up in November if I allowed it, but I have to put my foot down somewhere.
Yeah, I like Christmas, but just like the stress that goes with it, man.
I do like Christmas, mate. I do love Christmas. Probably my favourite time, to be fair. It's favourite time. It's the time I get to spoil the kids, and the wife can't moan at me.
Yeah, man.
She says I spoil a bit too much, so.
So are you gonna you still gonna be doing your little lives now and again then, or 2 times a week?
Probably not, mate. As long as touch wood, as long as I stay cool, mate. Probably not. Like I say, I was waking up in the day. I was waking up in the morning. Wife's at work. All the kids are at school, and I was cleaning. I was doing all the jobs, and I was sitting there, mate, just like fucking hell. I need to talk to somebody or do something. All my mates are at work. You know what I mean? They're all busy, so I just used to put a live on, play some music, and whoever come in, just chat. So no, not really. There's no comeback coming, mate. There's no comeback. I haven't got the time for it.
But you still play games and that, don't you? Are you still in that little group with
No,
I
don't. They all play that. No, they all play Fall Guys and stuff. I'll be honest with you, mate. I'm just a football head. I'm FIFA all the way. I might play a bit of COD, but other than that, I just play FIFA. And they're all into the other games. I ain't into that stuff. So no, not really.
So where YouTube's concerned, are you still watching anything on it? Are you still watching anything?
I'll tell you, I'm watching a lot of. I'm watching Sparky.
Yeah.
Sparky Shack. I've been watching a lot of Daryl's lately, last couple. But in fact, hopefully you might hear this, or you can get a message to him later. One of his mods has blocked me from his chat, so I can't even comment in there. I was commenting there loads last night, and nobody was commenting back. So
right, yeah.
So
I've had the same problem, like with people. It took me weeks to get them off the block list.
Yeah,
but I know how to do it now, so I'll tell Daryl and
sound bro, because I watch a lot. Daryl's is good. I like yours as well, mate. Yours is good. I'm trying to. I don't really watch a lot at night. I'll be honest with you. I'm in bed by 10 usually, and I'm asleep. So the night time, no, not really. In the day when I was off, mate, I was watching Sparky.
So you don't jump on many panels now, though, do you? I mean, I sort of talked you into it yesterday, didn't I? And then, like, I couldn't really talk to you on there. There was too many on, so I'm glad you've come on today. But you don't really go on many panels, do you?
Yeah, but your panels, you can just chat on your panel, though, can't you? Nobody's shouting over anybody. Nobody's, you know, that's what I can't be dealing with. That's why I don't really go in a lot. I don't go in. Honestly, I had 13. I think I had 1,300 subs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Best thing I ever done was get rid of that channel, mate. Best thing I ever done was get rid of that channel.
You know what, Monk? You must look back at when all that shit was happening and think, fucking hell, what was I doing? You know what I mean? Like, how do you get into all that?
Yeah, and it's quite easy to do if you're just somebody who doesn't know the inner workings of YouTube, doesn't know that there's certain factions that have been on it for 5, 6, 7, 8. Some people have been on here 10 years, you know. Some people are very good at how to work YouTube, and you know what I mean. And obviously, when you get genuine people, obviously, when I come on, I wanted to do my channel about mental health and what it was honestly like to have your ups and your downs. Yeah, that's what I wanted it to be. But then I inherited the Flying Wimp name because I was doing that, and you know what I mean. You got to understand the workings of it. You got to understand the works of YouTube. There's so many factions on here that I've realised I've been on here for years working this program. So yeah, I just stay in the background, mate. Sit and watch the good ones and just stay away from all the negative stuff. I can't be arsed with it. None of it.
I'm surprised it's still going on though. Like it's been a year since I've had I joined YouTube a year ago.
Well,
everyone
not long
now
after me, bro.
I've
only been about a year and a couple of months tops, 14 months tops on this whole thing.
So we've seen it all, haven't we? We've seen it all. What's happened? How good it's been? How bad it's been?
Yeah, I'm not in any WhatsApp groups. Nobody. It's the best way, I'm telling you. It's the best way, I'm telling you. Don't ever get like I'm pulled into these groups and nah, it's definitely not worth it. Jesus Christ.
Because I find myself giving people advice. I'm thinking, fuck me, I'm giving people advice on YouTube.
Yeah. It's a mad place, mate. It's a mad place. But the thing about YouTube is, it can be a fucking great place.
Well, that's what we're trying to do now. That's what we're trying to do in this little corner.
I think it was Daryl's, or was it yours? Was it yours? Did you done one was it you done one that was like 6-7 hours long the other day?
Yeah, Sunday,
Yeah, Sunday. See, that was funny as fuck, mate. I was watching that for about 3 hours and I didn't really comment till the end and I was cracking up, mate.
Yeah, man, like that's what we're trying to do, and like
another one I've been watching, I've got to say, Blackburn's World. Have you seen his quizzes?
You know what, mate? I haven't. The Mrs. Moon, she watches Blackburn's World, but I haven't got around to it yet. But I
get
will,
over to Blackburn's World, mate. When he does his quizzes, they are hilarious. He don't have nobody on the panel. There's nobody in the chat giving it the big one. It's just absolutely hilarious, mate. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. So yeah, that's another one. Sorry, I needed to mention that because I've been going in there a lot. Blackburn, mate, brilliant guy, and brilliant quizzes. What he does. If you just want a pure banter, mate, and tears in your eyes, go over there and watch his quizzes, Moon.
Yeah, you know what's a shame though, right, Monk, right? Because you're quite good at it. Well, you are good at it anyway. Like I like your style. You've got a voice for YouTube. You know, you've got a good setup and that, and you had a good crowd in. So if, say, just look at it this way, right? Say you could guarantee 100 people every time you went live and it was all positive and you knew it was going positive, would you still do a live once a day, like for an hour?
No. And that's honestly, bro. Do you know why? Because even 100 people in a live isn't bringing me nothing.
Yeah.
Like if I was to do YouTube, it would be full YouTube's my job, night and day.
Yeah.
This is only fun for me. This is literally come and have a bit of fun, see you's about, have the crack and fucking then crack on. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes I listen to lives with my phone in my pocket while I'm doing, like last week I was listening to people's lives while I was doing my house cleaning.
Yeah.
You know? But no, because it doesn't bring anything. It doesn't bring anything. I think the most I've had in my lives recently is like 13, mate. And I don't think there's been one comment coming that has been a negative comment. And that's why I say I'm so glad I got rid of the first channel, because that was built up. Half of it was built up, what's the word? Naturally, yeah? It was built up naturally, but then the other half was built up on Harlan's scrap and all the beef with Uncle K and all that stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not about that. I don't want you to follow me for grief. Like I'd rather you follow me. I'd rather you come in my chat and be like, yeah, he doesn't say much, but he plays fucking good music and that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I just, you know, it's too, like I say, mate, it's made me think last week. There's so much more stuff I'd rather be doing than arguing with people. So if it means,
well, I hope you keep listening, mate. I hope you keep listening and you do jump on now and again. You know what I mean?
I will do, bro. I do listen in the background. I promise you, bro. I promise you. I'll always comment now and then.
Nice one, bro.
But yeah, listen, I'm going to shoot off anyway. I'm going to go get another coffee.
Nice one, Monk. Cheers, mate.
No, bless you, bro. You take care. Big up everyone in the chat as well.
Respect, man. Yes, there's another one off the bucket list there. It's crazy, man, how things turn out. You know, like I said, Monk was the first live panel I ever went on. And now he's me bloody getting Monk on my show, man. It's nuts. Absolutely nuts. But it sounds like he doesn't really miss it anyway. Don't know, like a year. He's only been on here a year. I looked the other day because you know, I'm friendly with Daryl and Smithers offline as well. And I looked at when I'd started my channel, I think it was the 8th of October last year. And I had a look on Daryl's. He started his 3 days before me. And we never knew each other. 3 days before, and mad. Who's in the chat? Maria, see how you doing, mate? How you doing, matey? Pandeco, what you saying, my mate? We all had a little shock the other week. Last week, was it? When you just popped on Daryl's panel, I couldn't believe my eyes, mate. I was like, what the hell? I think Zeus was on the panel and he knew. He knew. I remember him sitting there and Daryl went, who's this? Pandeco? And he heard Zeus in the corner say, what? Pandeco? Pandeco's coming on. I was like, what? Big respect to you, mate. Big respect to you. Just remember, you're welcome on here anytime as well, mate. You know what I mean? But yeah, I noticed last night in Daryl's chat, there was a few, I think it was, I'm not going to say the names anyway, but there was 2 women, and they've been on YouTube for a long time, right? They've been coming in our chats for a long time, and they were talking amongst themselves in the chat. And the chat was that they were thinking about jumping on Daryl's panel. And I said, I made a little comment. I said, oh, just get yourselves on. You'll be great. And I think you'll probably see them on in the next week or 2. I'm not going to say the names, but they're well known. I think one of them might even be in this chat now. But it's good, yeah, that you get new people on a panel. It doesn't happen that often now. You know, when you turn these big channels on, it's the same people on the same panels all the time, innit? Big up the Bomber. Big up Ice Chain. Yeah, I've normally I do like to read the chat, but I'll be honest, today I haven't. I noticed Phil Graham's in there. How are you doing, matey? I think Phil, you must have been sleeping a lot lately, bro. I haven't seen you about. Normally, you get to spend me full day off with when Mrs. Moon's at work with Phil Graham. It's like a second wife, you know what I mean? Still as funny at 8 o'clock. Still as funny at midnight as he is at 8 in the morning. And that's all the compliments you're getting, mate. The compliments stop there. Well, yeah, you know what? I need some glasses. I'll have to go to Home Bargains to get some of these pound glasses. I think Daryl's notifications can't have been working today, or he's asleep. I noticed a little bit of crazy behaviour there from Chris the as well. He's still there, guys. I've just had a phone call there. I've just had to decline it. It's always the risk when you're doing it on your phone. Yeah, missed call. I don't like them numbers that you don't recognise. Does anyone else do that? Look at the phone and no number, no ID. A bit scary them. Yeah, but I was saying Chris the Brick. So he was on Daryl's last night, Being himself, yeah, being his usual funny self and everything, and having a great night and whatever. Always good input on the chat. Always got something to say, got an opinion. Brilliant. That live finished, and I think when Daryl's finished, I had a little flick about, and I think ended up falling asleep with shufflings on. But then when I've looked this morning, I seen Exposure was on last night. Put it on, and he's Chris the Brick calling out No More Lies, and then I fast forward a little bit, and here he is having a full blown argument with Masters. You know, like I'm thinking, is that the same Chris? What the hell's going on? Absolute crazy behaviour, man, from Chris the Brick. But I've only seen a little bit of it, so I'm not sure. I might have got the wrong end of the stick, but from what I've seen, some proper characters popping up in there. There's Pandego there. I'm wondering how he actually manages to lay a brick when he's been on here all night. Yeah, Pandego, I haven't seen much of you, mate, lately. What you been up to? Like, you been busy working or what? Nice to see Mermaid still in the chat there. I did see a few names popping in earlier on, and I know Mermaid's had a little bit of grief over the last couple of days, but been about long enough, man, haven't you, to handle a bit of that? It's hard, you know, because you've got to, you know, it's not a case of turning a blind eye to it as a host. But when you get people falling out who you get on with, I don't know. I mean, there's no rule book. It's just down to myself. But it's just YouTube, isn't it? Well, that's what they say. I don't know when it stops being YouTube. But just remember, people, like I said, Monk there. When you're in the thick of it, I don't know. You must sort of lose yourself a little bit, because now looking back in hindsight, like I said to Monk, looking back on all that crap that happened, you must just look back and think, what the hell? How the hell did it get to that? Wow, did you put your phone down for a week, Deco? No YouTube for a week? Jesus. We were on about this the other day because Daryl did it. And he did it on the back of two of his biggest live streams that he done, and he is only a new channel. He was absolutely flying, and then he turned his phone off for bloody 9 days. I was like, wow. I think we're going to have a little challenge anyway. The Moon's try to turn YouTube off for 1 day. It's quite sad, isn't it, when you think that it might be a problem that you could go with YouTube for 1 day, go without it. Yeah. Yeah, I think you've got to. You know, we seriously have not had a break for a long time off YouTube. Like what I tend to do is, because I work continental shifts, I end up having days off when Louise is at work. So I do get free time, and that's what's happened these last few days. That's why I've tried to fit in as much as I can, squeeze a few lives in or whatever, because the next 3 days I'm at work, 12-hour shift, so you can't really do much. But I'll be honest, you do feel like you're missing out a bit if you miss when you're at work. It's a bit sad, isn't it, really? Yeah, so I put this Christmas jumper on today, yeah. Don't ask me why. I opened my wardrobe and I thought, oh, just for a bit of fun. But it's not even a bit of fun anymore, is it? It's about 10 weeks away. Like, when do you start, like, thinking about it? I know Mrs. Moon does starts her Christmas shopping in about February or March. But this is no word of a lie. Probably for the last 10 years, you'll see me Christmas Eve afternoon still running about buying Christmas presents, Christmas cards every year. And every year I say I'm never doing that again, and I do. Yeah, that's it, innit? Nothing worse, is there? Yeah, I think you're right there, mermaid. It was good, that little bit of info that Norris gave us about the shorts and stuff, especially for people who were just starting out, like myself, and what else is it? Boss Dog is just starting the channel out. How are you doing, John, lad? Good to see you in here, John, mate. It's good to see that, yeah, it's good to see the monks in here as well. To see the funny side of it. I tell you what, I laughed at the other day, John. Didn't you find that funny that when you were on Darrell's and you jumped on with Scott? Remember Scott with the fireworks? So I know for a fact, I know that John has got a boat. John Smith, yeah. I know he's into his boating. There's like, I think it's a hobby, isn't it, John? But I also knew that Scott had a boat as well. And I was thinking, when John come on, I was thinking, I hope he says he's got a boat here, because John has got to be shocked to the core there. So, but you must have been John when you found out Scott had a boat. And he goes out fishing and that as well. You just wouldn't have put it, you couldn't make it up, man. Yes, Tim Smith, how are you doing, mate? Tom Smith. Liverpool Julie was the best for that, you know. Some of her spelling mistakes are unbelievable, man. Rim Smith, she's called him plenty of times. Did you believe him, like, John, or what? It's funny that, like, wasn't it? Proper funny. Yeah, Liverpool Julie, you don't see much of it now, you know, Monk. She only goes on selected channels now. Yeah, did anyone else see Exposures last night? Was it, was Chris the Brick calling out Masters and No More Lies on the same live show? Yes, Jim, how are you doing, matey? Your little dark horse there. When were you going to tell us about OGs? 20 questions. You little bugger. Looking forward to that one, mate. Hope that new job's going all right, bro. What time did you start today? 2 o'clock the game, was it? Oh, you've only just started. Yeah, there's another one, Manny guy. I tell you what was strange, like I mentioned, and I'll be honest, I hadn't heard his name for a long time. Got Manners, yeah. I brought his name up the other day in the chat, asking if anyone had seen him or wonder where he was and how he was doing. And he must have been listening because the very next day he popped up in somebody's chat on the cesspit, I think it was. And I just thought to myself, I wonder if he has been watching, and I just wondered how he was. Because I was on a panel with him months and months ago. I think it was only the second panel we both been on. It was Uncle K's, when Uncle K did lives. Just finished, Jim. Nice one. I've been on for 3 hours again, Jim. Bloody hell, 3 hours. Well, wasn't me, Jim. It was OG Miss Emma last night on Daryl's. She dropped it in the chat there. She dropped it in and we all jumped on it. Was it supposed to be a secret like that? There's no secrets on this YouTube, Jim. And then me and Daryl said, well, if we keep doing what we do, and one day he might ask us, But then I said that Jim couldn't really afford. I said, Daryl, Jim couldn't afford me and you at the minute, mate. Lady Flatcabra, I asked the same question today, and I still haven't got a clue. I still haven't got a clue. All I know about that is that Filmboy got blamed for striking or putting a strike on Shuffling's channel the other day, and I still don't know if that's true. And then when I went to look on his channel, there was nothing there. That's all I know. Maria C. God, I forgot what we were on about. Terrible, Maria. If anyone knows what I've missed there, I know Marie's from Nutters, yeah. There's loads of lives popping off now, people. I'm going to give another 5 minutes, and I'm going to have a rest because I'll be honest about one of my arse cheeks here. I did it the other day, when I do, if I'm not sat in me really comfy computer chair, that I can sit in for 6 hours, no problem. I'm in the other room, sat down, and I get up and my arse cheek, I couldn't walk for the day. It's going to be the same. That's it, old age, Tim. But I tell you what, though, you can't beat a good desk chair. Like my son paid I think he paid £200 odd for his chair, and I was like, son, it's a bloody chair. But honestly, you could sit in that all day, and it doesn't look comfy, but it is. Oh, I've had that sciatica before, man. That is horrible, that. Got the point where I couldn't even drive to work. I was like driving on one, like with my ass cheek up in the air. Definitely old age. Isn't it, Monk? I'm going to go and feel for some lumps when I finish this. Tell you what, Deco. If anyone thinks that they're embarrassed or that there's no coming back on YouTube, just look at Laura Kay. I mean, I don't know. I think she's got off lightly with that one. Got off lightly. I'm not even sure whether she come back and said she did it on purpose for a joke. I think that was what she was going with. All I know is that can't have done a modelling and acting career that much that good, can it? I'll have to look back at her portfolio actually, because I can't remember last time I seen her in any magazines or any front covers or in any TV shows. If anyone can remember any shows that she's been in, let us know, or any front covers that she's done, or you know. So I was telling us that it's hard work being a model and an actress. No problem. I mean, it's not on the top of my list. Feeling the men in the chat will understand what I mean there. It's not what you want to be doing, guys. Catch you in a bit, Tim. No, guys, I'm going to wrap this up here, but once again, massive respect, because we've been going for 3 hours and I've highlighted Mermaid there. Mermaid, you've been here the whole time, mate. Massive respect here. Deco, always a pleasure, mate. You popping in, I'd miss you. I'll let you off for going on Daryl's panel first as well, mate. I'll allow it. Ice, respect, mate. Been in the chat for a good while. Ludon popping in there. In and out when she can, guys. And if I know she's got a lot of spanners now, Ludon. You're very trusted with the spanner. But what you got to remember, if it's through the week, she's always working through the week. So, you know, she's popping in here on a break and doing what she can. So massive respect to Mrs. Moon there. Very trustworthy with the spanner. Boss Dog, my mate. Always. Monk, massive respect, Monk. Good talking to you today, mate. John Smith, respect, mate. Always welcome in here. Any John Smith. Character, out of character. We love both of them. Lady Flatcapper, we'll be meeting you very soon. Nutter. God, you know what? I even forget about the start of the show when it seems that long ago. Daniel Jackson. Dave Smithers. Norris. Jim, better late than never, mate. Catch up with you in a little bit, no doubt. Yeah, guys, so we're going to leave it at that, and no doubt we'll catch you in another chat very shortly. Cheers for now, guys. Thank you very much. Laters.